work to do Monday when I post this episode. What the hell is
Yeah,
Mike
you
doing?
do.
Because I'm going to have to merge shit. I'm going to have to listen to what you two dummies were talking about.
We were literally just killing time while you were trying to get your shit
Okay.
fixed.
So,
Like the
yeah,
last time you went out, we were talking about dates.
my computer just 100, like it crashed, it froze, it shut down, everything. So, we'll jump once Mike gets back in here. We'll go. I know, get my shit together. It's just like it's my first time ever doing this, right, Tony? Once Mike gets
Right?
back in here, we'll jump back in and finish this list out.
Yeah,
What,
it's
what was your
you're up. So
what was your number 4 pick? I don't think I heard it.
was Geely with Ben Affleck.
That's right, because I called you a motherfucker because I had it.
I'm here. Can you
I
guys
originally
hear me?
no. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
hear
you.
you.
I originally had Geely, not for Affleck, but for Walken.
For J Lo. Oh,
No,
really?
for Walken. Yeah.
I didn't know
No,
Walken.
fuck
was
J Lo. She's a terrible actress.
haven't even seen
What
it.
are you talking about?
I haven't seen
Walken
it.
and what's his Al Pacino's in it.
hmm
Ouch.
Well, since I got the number 4
That's
pick
why
now,
it's
right?
so bad.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sorry for the technical difficulties. We're gonna jump right back into our starting 5. We're drafting for great actors or good actors in bad movies.
Yes.
Just a real quick recap. Jeff, you want to recap everybody and just catch them up with the
Okay,
picks so
so
far?
I have Battlefield Earth with. I'm gonna make this bigger. I have Battlefield with John Travolta. I have the Royal Tenenbaums with Ben Stiller. Tom Hanks in the Bonfire of the Vanities. Geely with Ben Affleck. Mike has movie 43. Jesus. With Gerard Butler. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. And Pan with Hugh Jackman. And Chris so far has Rocky Picture Show with Tim Curry. People are going to be pissed, dude. Snakes
I
on a
told
Plane
you.
with Sam Jackson. And Batman Forever with Tommy Lee Jones.
I told you I'm going for the
Chris-
jugular tonight, man.
For number 4. There he is. What do
No,
you got
I'm
for
not
number
frozen.
4, Chris?
So, number 4, Jeffrey, I'm taking a big shot at you. This one is directed 100% at you, my friend, and it's Mr. Matt Damon in The Martian.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
That is one movie I
Matt
could not. I
Damon.
tried and tried and tried, and I could not
I
get through
like
that
that
movie.
movie.
Congratulations,
It's a
you,
good fucking
you
movie.
I
grew
like that.
potatoes on Mars. I'm happy for you. Go back to fucking college, Goodwill Hunting.
Well, you know what?
So,
Some
Michael,
people just
your
aren't
number 4
sci-fi.
is...
My number 4 is done. I don't know which actor to pin this on, whether it's Matthew McConaughey or Idris Elba.
I think I know what you're going
But
with.
I'm going. This scored a 16% on the Rotten Tomatoes list, and I'm going with The Dark Tower. I could not
Oh, yeah.
finish this.
Oh, that was a
couldn't
good
finish
movie.
No, I couldn't. I could not finish it. It was the effects were amazing. When he was loading that 6-shooter and it was just like loading itself, I was like, that's pretty badass. But I could not finish that movie. It was so bad.
Well,
Like I
yeah,
couldn't
that was.
tell if Matthew McConaughey was like Satan or just like a bad dude. But it was just like I was so confused.
It was...
I even like while watching that movie, I was going, "Am I stoned? Did I smoke weed today? No, I have
And you
not."
didn't catch on
What?
the last show.
What is going
You
on?
worried you would.
Yeah, right. But I liked that movie. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to. What was
But
that?
when he signed up, he said, "See you Saturday."
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
I mean,
No,
I don't even.
It was a good movie it was a movie that I enjoyed that I didn't think I was gonna like. I'll be 100%. Tony said, "What's up, Mama Glick?"
Hi.
So...
I'm just
So,
surprised
but-
that I can't. I'm just surprised that The Martian is your pick, but The Dark Tower was okay. Like,
Jeffrey,
what
you
the
look like someone
flying
pulled your
fuck
face.
is that shit?
Right. Well, I didn't think I was gonna like The Dark Tower when I went into it, but it turned out that I really liked the
okay.
movie. I think it was the action sequences in that movie and the fights and
action
stuff
was good.
that saved. I think that's what saved the movie for me, because I love a terrible action movie.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, Steven Seagal, Van Damme.
Exactly.
I stayed away from Steven Seagal
No.
movies because there's only like 3 movies that he did that I made, and the rest are like total trash.
But much
It's
like,
like,
The
oh.
Rock, but much like The Rock, Seagal and Van Damme, once you've seen one of their movies, you've seen all of their movies.
Seen them all. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So, Jeffrey, who's your number
my
five?
My number 5 is a beloved actor by all, including Mr. Glick.
If you say
And
Robin Williams,
when I saw
and
this
if you
movie-
say Photo Booth, I'm going to kick you off the show.
No.
Because that movie was
1
a
hour
good movie.
photo.
Believe it or not, that movie was fucked up. But
Right?
this movie was so bad, and I expected so much, and it was such a letdown. It is The Lady Killers with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You hit Tom Hanks twice in
Yeah.
one list.
Yes, I did.
That was a bad
did.
I
movie,
didn't
and I
even
almost
think
picked
about
that
that
movie.
movie.
That was a really,
I didn't
really
even
fucking
think
bad
about
movie.
that movie, but that movie is really bad. Oh.
Oh, it was so.
Oh.
It was the concept was bad.
Yeah.
And the-
Yeah, it was.
and by far the worst Tom Hanks movie ever made. Worse than
Yeah,
Godfather.
he doesn't make many bad
Did you
movies.
guys
but
do
they
your
are-
number 5s yet? You guys pull
That was
out
my
your
number
5s?
5.
No.
That was
Jeff
my number
did.
5.
Okay, Glick had-
Chris is next.
Okay, so
Chris, you pull your 5.
so Geely was taken off my list. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was taken off my list. And this is where as the host, as the creator of this podcast, as the ruler of all, you two jackasses decided to put a rule in as soon as we
Well, like I
started
said,
this.
I can
Because
overrule
you two-
the ruling.
because-
if
because-
I agree with you, then I will overrule
Because-
the ruling.
And I'll overrule your overruling. Again, I just laid down the fact that I'm God and the fact that you guys waited until right as soon as the podcast started to go, oh, yeah, by the way, new rule. So I'm vetoing that rule as of right now. And I'm going to hammer one of the greatest movies of the 80s because they made a terrible fucking sequel. And
There's your hat.
Careful.
my guy is in that movie. And I'm saying Jaws 2, Michael
Oh,
Caine.
yeah.
Actually, Michael Caine was
Jaws,
in
that's
4.
Jaws 3. Michael Caine was in Jaws
He was
3,
in-
I thought.
he was
'Cause
in
I looked
Jaws
up the
2.
Jaws movies.
He was in Jaws 2.
Okay.
I looked at
I'm gonna
Jeff.
fuck you and look at. Hold on, Michael.
Yeah.
I love Michael Caine. One of my favorite movies is probably that he was in. I would be surprised if you guys even know what movie it was. It was called Sulu. And that movie he did that movie ages ago. That's one of my favorite movies that he's in.
It was Jaws 2. The direct-to-sequel, Jaws 2, ignored the events of Jaws 3D. It's called Jaws the Revenge. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jaws 2. I agreed. All the Jaws sequels were shit.
They were all shit. Yep, Michael Caine played Hoagie Newcomb.
Yes.
I won't hold
Okay.
the Batman Begins or the Dark Knight or the Dark Knight movie series against Michael Caine because he was fantastic in those terrible movies.
You shut your whore mouth. Because the only bad
those
movie
were
that came out of
perfect
that series was The Dark Knight Rises. But the Batman Begins was a good series. That was a good Batman series. Not my favorite Batman.
Well, on that note,
but that was
Michael,
a good
your number
series.
5. Your
Okay.
number 5 is...
So, the Tom Hanks movie that I was thinking about was the worst that he ever did was called Cloud Atlas, but that's not my number 5 pick. I just wanted
That is a
before I
bad
said
movie.
it.
That is a bad movie.
That movie
I
was
agree with
really
you.
bad.
That was
another movie.
So
Halle Berry's
out there,
in
you
that
couldn't
one, too.
understand it. Yes.
Yeah. My number
You deserve
5. So, like I said earlier, before I found out about superheroes,
5 days.
it was Robin Hood and Three Musketeers for me.
Right?
So this movie,
If you say
one of my
the movie I'm
favorite
thinking of, I
characters.
swear to God, I'll smack you.
one of my favorite characters ever, and there have been tons of remakes of this guy, and this one was by far the worst. Came out in 2018,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put Jamie Foxx on there because he's a bigger star than the other one. Which the other one is Taron Egerton.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put Jamie Foxx, and I'm gonna say Robin Hood as my number 5.
Orange.
I have not seen it, so I have no comment on it.
They tried to make the movie not what it was. You know what? I like gadgets and all that stuff, and when you do it right, like Van Helsing, that movie was a good bad movie. And they added an element to it and all that stuff. Well, they tried to do the same formula for Robin Hood, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No dice. No dice.
Yeah, it was a good bad it was a good bad movie. Yeah, I'll give you that. It was a good bad movie. And I've had a couple of those. So yeah, I
wrap up,
agree.
and before I do the wrap up, I want to do my honorable mentions. I had for honorable mentions Monkey Bone with Brandon Fraser, Cool World with Brad Pitt, Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler.
I like Cool World.
After Earth with Will Smith.
Yes.
And a movie that I was excited to see, but did not like it, Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
that movie was so good.
And it was good, but it wasn't great.
That movie was so damn good. You just had to pay attention.
But
that's why you didn't like it.
I stayed away from video game. I stayed away from video games because I stayed away from Alice in the Umbrella Corporation because Resident Evil had some bad movies in there too.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, I stayed away from that because I almost went to Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I also had.
Yeah, that's why I stayed
with
away.
Mr. Bruce Willis, which is not hard to. I mean, you throw a stick and find a bad Bruce Willis movie, but Tears of the Sun.
I like
the war
Tears
movie?
of the Sun.
Yeah, it's African save the doctor. He falls in love with the doctor's wife, and then he doesn't get.
It was a war movie. He was a SEAL. He was a Navy SEAL, and he had to go come in and save him, and then he fell in love with her. I like that movie.
And then he didn't.
I would have done.
It pissed me off.
I would have done like duplicates or some shit. The one where they're like robots that play them.
My final honorable mention is Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler.
I agree with you on that. A lot of people give Adam Sandler like a lot of praise for Punch Drunk Love, and I thought that movie was stupid.
It didn't make sense.
The Cobbler was a much better movie than that.
So,
I enjoyed
honorable mentions.
What's that?
Honorable mentions.
I didn't have many, but I had Val Kilmer and Spy Hard. One that you and I talked about earlier this week, just in case I needed it. I had Walken and Balls of Fury.
I love that movie though.
That movie was so dumb.
That movie was good. It was dumb, but that's what made it great.
I also had Eddie Murphy, and another movie that I liked, but it was a bad movie. Period. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh, I thought about that one. I wanted to stay.
Hang out for the after show, Tony.
As well.
So, and then last but not least, I had Dustin Hoffman and Little Fockers.
Oh,
really?
Yes. Actually, that showed up a lot when I was doing research. That showed up a lot. It's a completely hated.
I like them. I like them. I like the whole
series.
Tony, I said I liked the movie. I liked Vampire in Brooklyn, but it was a bad movie.
Vampire in Brooklyn, I love.
But
I don't feel like you guys understood the assignment.
I don't feel like you understood
the assignment.
I don't understand. I don't think you understood the assignment because the assignment of this starting five is not to jerk off everybody who listens to us and go to Rotten Tomatoes and go. It is your opinion. You probably don't know what any of these movies are. Just like last week when you picked songs that nobody had ever even fucking heard of. That's why your championship has an asterisk beside it.
Yes. So
Tony D, I like Bowfinger.
I knew
I
the
like
song.
Bowfinger. I thought it was fun.
Bowfinger was terrible.
That's why I liked it.
You like what?
For
It was a
I
terrible
like-
good
I-
movie. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Is I can watch bad movies and still like it.
Yeah.
oh no,
Yes,
don't get me wrong, I
Betty.
do too.
He's still hot about losing. That he lost, and there was a song on my list that nobody heard of.
I am not
That's what
hot
it was.
about losing.
That's all it is.
If I lost
Michael,
fair and square,
What are your
You
honorable
can
mentions?
read your psalms, and you can say your John 3:16, but this was Austin's 3:16.
just like that, and that's why I'm fucking God. I'm fucking God. Play with me.
So, I will do a quick wrap up. Michael,
I am fucking
what-
God.
My
Michael.
honorable mentions. Hey, my honorable mentions was Lady
Ever
in
quote
the
Stone Cold Steve
Lady in
Austin
the
again.
Water with Paul Giamatti, and
Oh, yeah.
and
No, okay.
That was a bad movie.
and I'm actually gonna say I really didn't have any reserves. But Lady in the Water, Dragon Ball Evolution, I didn't take him because Justin Chadwick isn't really that big of a name, so I took him off the list. But that movie just really sucked. Plus, I guess it's a superhero thing. And then there was this movie got an Academy Award, and I didn't even write it down, but I forgot the name of it. But it was like not Lady in the Water, but something to do with fucking monster falling in love with a monster. There was a lot of sex scenes in it, and it was just terrible. Came out a couple years ago, but I have spaced out and forgot the title of the name.
Do wrap up for
Nice
starting five.
reserve, Mike.
Yes. When I don't remember the name too. So to wrap up the starting five, winning last week
So-
was Michael's movie 43 with Gerard Butler, vetoed. But Charlie and the Chocolate
No.
Factory with Johnny Depp, I agree. Pan with Hugh Jackman, also agree. The Dark Tower of Matthew McConaughey, Chris disagrees. And Robin Hood with Jamie Foxx. Chris, with his top 5 picks, are Rocky Horror Picture Show, God, You're Gonna Get Murdered, with Tim Curry.
You're going to get no love.
You're gonna
No,
get
But that's the
hammered,
thing.
dude.
But that's the
I'm
thing.
telling you.
Anybody who will be honest
No,
with themselves,
honestly, anybody who's honest with himself knows it is not a great movie.
it's not a great movie.
But it has
For
a
Tim-
following like you read about.
It does have a following like you read about, but it was
It's a
Tim
cult
Curry.
classic.
Yeah, and yes, Tim Curry was fantastic in that movie. But
Right.
look at Tim Curry's work after that movie and before that movie, or I guess after that movie. That's why I
don't
picked
know.
it.
Have
It
you
wasn't
seen
no. It
McHale's
wasn't no
Navy?
hate. It was no. Well, I mean, he had some losers, but I'm just saying it was no.
I love
It was
Clue.
no shade. It was no shade on the movie itself
Right.
because I was going for bad movies
Yes.
that great
Well,
actors
understood.
played in. So
Chris's number 2 was Snakes on a Plane. I completely disagree with Sam Jackson.
I agree. But that was
Batman
a fun
Forever with Tommy Lee Jones. My kids will murder you. For
I
that one.
disagree.
The Martian with Matt Damon. I 100% disagree. And Jaws 2.
I disagree,
with Michael
too.
Caine. I completely agree.
you're so mad at me right now.
I agree.
Jeff's gonna break up with
Oh
me
my
all
god,
over.
I can wring your neck. Right?
Jeff was like, if we weren't
Marriage
already divorced.
over.
If we
Marriage
weren't already
over.
divorced, God damn it.
You're lucky we're divorced. I'm taking the car. For my top 5,
You can take the
I
payment.
have
You can take the car payment too.
I have Battlefield Earth with John Travolta, The Royal Tenenbaums with Ben Stiller, Tom Hanks' Bonfire of the Vanities, Geely with Ben Affleck, and The Lady Killers with Tom Hanks.
Actually, in all honesty, Jeff, I feel like this might be your
That's a
week.
solid
You got
list.
a good list.
Yeah.
It
That's
might
a
be my
solid
good
list.
my week.
The only one that I
Because
disagreed with
no
was
one-
Battlefield
with
Earth,
the
but
exception
I
of
can see
Michael-
why.
Exactly. The only person that disagrees with me on the planet, besides John Travolta himself, is Michael.
Oh no, it's a bad.
Well, I'm
movie.
pretty sure John
It's just
Travolta-
like a.
Agrees with you too.
Even John Travolta's like, can you really forget that movie?
I thought everybody forgot. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Thanks for bringing it back
That
up.
was his whole science.
I'm sorry, Noah. Oh yeah, no, that That movie was bad. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of liked it. It was like one of those bad movies. Yeah.
So
To
I
me,
will.
to me, it was
I
like
will,
a guilty pleasure movie.
edit the list, make it look nice and pretty, and I will have it posted tonight.
Can I get a clear picture this time, and
I
not
will
a fuzzy
do my
one?
best. The problem is with three of us. And
No
some,
pops.
some
Nobody.
some of the
Nobody did
titles are
Sharknado.
really long. It when I go to make the picture, it stretches them out.
No, because Sharknado
So-
really didn't have like big name actors in it.
Yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
right.
It's a terrible movie, but
That had
Well, I had Tara Reid, but that's about it.
And that's why I didn't pick Dragon Ball Evolution because that guy's about as popular as Tara Reid. Like he did like
I don't
War of the
know who he
Worlds
is.
and The Invisibles. He did some movies that I had seen that were pretty good, but
That's a bad
And
movie.
then-
War of the Worlds with fucking.
Tom Cruise
Tom Cruise.
Huh?
God, it was big
compared to the one that came out in the
I think-
'50s, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Because and there were a lot of movies that I wanted to pick, that were remakes, like The Day the
I
Earth
love
Stood
that
Still.
movie, Tina.
Uh,
How dare you?
Rhinestone was
I
Stallone.
fucking love that movie. Is that the one with
You know, but
Dolly
there were-
Parton?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I love that fucking movie.
There was a movie that I had looked at, but I picked movies that I had seen.
Right.
So there was a lot of movies. I went to Mojo and looked at top 20 most hated movies.
there's only one Mojo,
There was just
and they have nothing to do with movies.
That's Blacktop Mojo.
Yeah, we know what you did, Mike.
it just there were movies that I hadn't seen.
Called everybody he knows, like, give me a name of a movie I can throw in this list.
He just went and looked at a list. And it was like the top 100 worst movies of all time according to Movie Mojo. He's never seen any of them. He's
No,
like,
because
oh,
I
Movie
disagreed
Mojo said
with
these
half
are the
of
top
them.
5.
They had almost every movie that bad guy, whatever. And I just disagree. Goats and Monuments Man, I happen to like both of those movies. You know, no, I legitimately watched every
Yeah, I
single one of
watched
these
that. No,
movies.
it was
I
good.
legitimately
I
could
enjoyed
not
it.
finish any of them,
I've
and
not
I
seen it.
legitimately hated it. I wanted to watch it today, but I did not. But I heard Eternal sucks as well. But I stayed away from comic book
He's your
movies,
grandfather.
which is why
You
Miss
don't
Marvel
even know.
was not on it
Shame on you.
because I hated that.
Well, not even that, but it was great actors, and Brie Larson is not a great actor.
Look, if I throw one at you.
Jude Law was in that movie.
Cinnamon.
Never heard of
Jude
her.
Law.
Shot.
Jude Law is a dude, and he's a
Like
great
it's
fucking
like cough
actor.
syrup, but it's cinnamon.
Never heard of her. Who?
Jude Law.
I've offered it to
Yeah, who
her.
is she? I liked Externals, Tony. Or I liked that movie. It was actually really good. Cash and I just watched it last night. It was cool, and it was one of the first movies that I liked Angelina Jolie in. She was a badass. Holy crap, she was
Have
so
you
good.
not seen Beowulf? Have you not seen
Oh my
the
God.
movie Beowulf?
Oh my god. I can't watch that
You want to talk
movie.
about bad movies?
Told you it tastes like cinnamon.
I've seen it, yeah. No,
Someone that
have you-
embraces the Viking
Yeah, it's
culture
on Disney.
like you thought
I've seen it.
Beowulf was a bad movie.
You didn't drink that
It
much.
wasn't bad.
I love that movie.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
Cash.
He's a
While we're
He
while
only
we're
had maybe
with everybody in the background with Chris,
Not
let's go and
even
take our
that.
little quick break.
a teaspoon of it.
And,
Yeah. Let's throw up some back top mojo.
Shit, I was gonna say something.
Beowulf. That
Yeah, no,
movie was awesome. I'm talking about the animated one. That movie
Yeah.
was great, and
Oh, I've never
Angelina
seen it.
Jolie was, for a cartoon, was sexy as hell. I'm
I've never
sorry.
seen the animated one. I watched the actual movie, Mike. I'm not.
No, you need to watch the animated one.
can't get into it.
Like I said, it tastes like cinnamon.
The
The
fucking
one
said
that
Beowulf.
had Sean Bean in it and Angelina Jolie. That
No.
that movie was great.
Tony,
If you guys, I agree. If you guys haven't seen the new Marvel Eternals yet, check it out. It was a good
I've been,
movie.
I've been meaning to ask you guys about
He
it.
don't drink.
Cash
I'm
and I
gonna
watched
watch
it.
it.
Cash and I watched it last night, and I don't like Angelina Jolie. I really don't.
I heard that you're either
Let us
gonna
do a
love
break.
it or
And
you're gonna absolutely
okay,
hate it.
okay.
When we get back
Well,
to
you
it,
gotta actually take part in the show. Take part in the show, Tony. So when we come back, we got news and all that jazz.
and special guest
We're not-
Tony D.
It's not just like a random ass live
Yeah.
deal.
No, this isn't alive.
Uh,
No
spoil
spoilers.
nothing.
No spoilers.
Don't spoil
Yeah, no
anything,
spoilers.
No
Noah.
spoilers. I
Check
want.
those came back.
Thanks, Noah. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, the movie was actually really good. I didn't know what I was gonna think
Hey,
about.
Mom. Ooh,
Everybody
Fireball.
Yeah.
During the break, I'm going to be driving over to Glick's house. I'll see you in 5 hours.
Mike will be here in 5 hours. He's coming over because we got Fireball.
They have a party basket of 20 of them. All you do is add
I
ice.
know, I've seen it.
So
I've seen it, but I'm not allowed to get that much Fireball at one time. I make bad decisions like that.
yeah. So this is our first break, right? Okay, yeah, it's our first break.
Yeah.
It's all right,
Curveball
Noah. Yes,
just
it's
kidding.
It's the first break.
Oh, speaking of taking breaks and throwing curveballs, even though everybody that was listening hated it, and I said I'm about to get in trouble, I did not get in trouble. The reason I threw that curveball,
Oh
it
my
happened
God.
to go over quite well.
It was hilarious. It went over extremely well, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yes.
good. I'm glad it did. It did not go over well for me because even when listening to the podcast on rewind through Spotify while I was at work, I went and fast forwarded that bullshit.
Well, Michael, if you'd actually talked to me throughout the week, then you would
Or
understand
answer
why
the
I do
fucking
that.
phone.
Or answer the goddamn phone, then you would know why there was a curveball thrown last Wednesday night and what that
Jeff, we've
curveball.
been
why
playing phone tag for 4 days. Damn it!
I know,
you
it's
have
terrible.
my phone number.
and
So
why-
we're gonna leave
and
that
why
one
there was-
alone. And Glick, I've been
Yeah,
here
but is that your
messaging all
personal
day,
number,
every
the one I
day.
have? Is that your personal
Yeah, that's my
number?
personal number.
Oh, okay.
That
And
is
why
my
there was
phone
only
number.
3 of us that knew what that curveball was all about. 2 of us were on the podcast, and one of us was watching the podcast. So
It's all right, man. It's all right. Hey, if it worked out for you, and it's good night, Mama Glick.
I went over there.
If it worked for you,
she's not going to bed. They're drinking. They just showed up at my house with all
If it-
kinds
if-
of liquor. They're getting drunk tonight.
Damn straight we are.
Then later on, Chris.
And we're gonna
Chris's-
ruin this
Chris's
fucking
mom's gonna be
podcast.
like, "Look at his thingy." Look at his thingy.
Well, and on that note, it's time for break. We're going to take a break. For our first break tonight, because
still
we
in
all
my
enjoyed
head.
it, and I think the hey, be nice. It was a great song, wasn't it, Jody? It was a fantastic song, wasn't it?
Is that who
I'm
I
gonna show
think it is?
I'm gonna show up Friday playing that song.
Is that who I think it is?
Well, then that is
Yeah,
who
you-
we think
yeah.
it is. Hello, Jody. Nice to meet you. I am Mike. That shithead over
Mike
there
has
is.
no
Jeff,
idea
point
who you are,
point
Jody.
the other way, Jeff.
I
Mike,
have
point the
no
other way.
idea who you are, but it is nice to meet you. Welcome to the family. Don't hurt my boy. And then now we're done. You can
Shots fired!
Careful, she can shoot back. Careful, Mike, she can shoot back.
Legally, she can shoot back.
Legally shoot back.
Perfect.
But because we
Perfect.
debuted it last week, and it went over pretty well.
Yes.
It seemed like you guys really liked it. Everybody in the comments
Yes.
liked it. Let's hit them with Blacktop Mojo's new song
Yes.
after the ad.
Here at Credit Karma, we're ready to help you out.
After the ad.
A balance
Yeah.
transfer card can help you
Look,
cut
she
down
sent
your
us a
payments.
kiss. I don't think that was meant for us.
No, not for us.
That was Mama. That was good.
Oh,
I've seen the going dim light, I've seen the end of the rope, I've seen the rain come. I've seen confusion in the eyes, a nation without hope, I've seen the rain come.
It ain't over yet. Don't let it fool you.
It started to fool me. I had to. I was doing editing on the list so I could post it as soon as possible.
Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the show so far. We're having some fun, minus the technical difficulties that we had in the first part.
Mom in the background, cursing everybody out.
Yes, those are my parents in the background. I had no idea they were showing up. So they are here.
Getting trashed and ruining your podcast.
Trying to ruin my... What the fuck is going on with my chair? You done ruined my damn chair. Drunk prick. So anyways, welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the show so far. I'm Glick, as always, hanging out with Woke Jeff. You can hear what I'm hearing. Everybody can hear. We got the big dog somewhere around. I don't know where he's at or what he's doing.
His mic's on.
But I am here.
There he is. So, if you guys aren't already, go ahead and go check us out on all social media. I did say that I was going to do the random. How do I do this? Typically, we don't bring people in, but we're gonna bring Tony in because it's Tony, and I don't know that Tony's ever got to be I don't know if Tony's ever got to come and be a hapso with us.
Is that disappointing?
Share his haps aids with the room. So, but if you guys aren't already, feel free to give us a follow on all social media at Nonsensical Nonsense on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. You can also catch us live every week right here on Haps. Go download the app. It's a free app. Give us a follow at Nonsensical Nonsense, and we go live every Wednesday and Saturday night. And if you want to get every single episode of the podcast, you can do so simply by following us on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast and jollies from. Look at this sexy son of a bitch. And so go give us a like, and go give us a share, go give us a follow. Tell your friends about us. And you can also email us if you'd like.
Let me be cool.
No.
Oh.
That's
What
Tony
is
D.
up, Tony D?
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Oh, hi.
Hello, Mom. Hello, Pop.
He said hello, Mom.
Oh, you up some
Hey, what
respect.
the fuck? Hey, that's my wife.
I know they can't hear me. It's funny as hell. Number two.
I cannot see Tony, but hello.
Blink.
Well, he don't like white people, so that's why you can't see him.
I understand.
Chris and I are
You're
Tina said
real
we
low.
cannot hear Tony.
yeah, Tony, you're kind of low.
Get your
By now.
a little bit, not much. Where's your mic at? Where's your earbuds at?
I got my phone because my computer's at.
Okay.
Elbow drop the shit out of that computer, man.
Big up to your parents, for real. Both of myself, all that good shit.
Tony said, "What's up, guys?"
How much?
Chef, good house. Amanda.
Getting trashed.
What's up, man? What's up to the Amanda?
Freezing my fucking ass off up here in fucking Ohio.
Who is the Mandarin?
That's
I
Tony.
am.
Or that's
Mike.
Michael. Calls him the Mandarin because he looks like Ben Kingsley with the beard.
Right?
I love the list. I would love to contribute to the list if at all possible.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's. What is your top 5? I would love to hear it.
Now, did you want movies or did you want actors who made bad movies?
Well, his movies is terrible movies with good actors in it, such as the movies
I wrote down 4 actors, but I had 5 bad movies. So they're separate, but I wanted to put them in. Actors
Reach for the sky. Come back.
Damn it, Helen. Actors. Denzel Washington's worst movie to me was Virtuosity.
Right? I almost put that, but I thought I was. If I,
What
I thought
movie?
if I put Denzel on the list in any way, shape, or form, even that movie, I would be burnt at the stake because Denzel is a national treasure.
That's why we boys. I got.
Yeah.
Lady, at least you can see Tony. I can't even see my man.
What's the movie, Tony?
But what was the movie?
Denzel Washington's worst movie.
5 days.
Yeah, I can't hear you. What's the name of the movie?
No, I can't hear you, brother.
Tell him what I said, Greg.
Denzel Washington, Virtuosity.
Virtuosity.
Virtuosity. Okay. I was looking at Denzel Washington because I had watched The Book of Eli, and I thought
I like that movie.
when I watched it the first time, I thought it was a bad movie. So I gave it a rewatch today, and that movie made me freaking cry. And I was like, "Oh, that's a good movie. Never mind."
No,
And
I
took that
agree.
off my
The
list.
problem I
I
had with that
agree.
movie is that the book he fucking shows up with is a fucking Bible, and I was like, oh come on.
Apparently,
It's a little too much.
that movie has more meaning than most people think. That's gonna be to everybody. So if anybody can't hear me,
Yeah.
you interpret that, please.
Why did I just lose all sound? You've got to be kidding me right now.
What's your second one there, Tony?
Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Barely.
If anybody can't hear me, I need you to interpret for me, okay? Hulk Hogan's first movie was the first one he did. I forgot the name of that shit.
Oh yeah. What was it? Nanny something.
No, it was No Holds Barred. I think he was in a fucking motorcycle.
No
Trailer.
Hole. He did some sci-fi movie where he was like an alien and he had to take care of kids.
That was terrible. Good lord. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Idris Elba's
Of course,
first
I
movie-
can't think of a good Hulk Hogan movie that he was in other than Rocky 3.
Pretty much.
Thunder
What
Lips.
is? I lost all sound. So what did you say, Tony?
Hulk
Apparently,
Hogan's
Mr.
worst-
I'm actually,
Tell
Oh,
him
Hulk
what-
Hogan's worst movie.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's worst movie was that
Suburban
first-
Commando, or not Suburban
Yeah, I think
Commando.
it was No Holds Barred.
Yeah, No Holds Barred. That was the movie I was thinking about with him and Zeus.
yeah.
Oh my god, that
No,
was so
Zeus
bad.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit. Idris Elba's worst movie. I agree with The Dark Tower. I did not like it.
Mama Glick.
Iowa, I said.
You want to know where I'm from or where I live now? Because you'll think I'm a military brat. There's many places I live.
He said live.
I live in Iowa right now.
Not considering how many I live.
All right, Tony D. Number 3.
Definitely.
Idris Elba, his worst movie was Dark Tower. I agree with that. I can't
My
find
son
it.
almost was
Okay.
a military brat.
Number 4.
Well, no, it's got.
You weren't allowed
It
to
can't.
go where I
You
was.
can't throw that up because it's already been picked.
Okay, well, I'll take that one. Number 3, I would go with Halle Berry. It's the movie on Tubi TV with the sharks. That shit is ridiculous.
What movie?
Oh,
It's hard
It
to
was
hear.
Halle Berry. She did a movie with sharks. She was on Tubi TV. It was terrible.
Mike says he.
They did it.
Mike likes Fireball. He say
Yeah, I was gonna say it
5
must be
hours.
bad if it was on Tubi. I've never even heard of
Be
it.
here for 5 hours.
You should-
Yeah.
It's called.
Well,
You know,
Tubi's got
you
some
know-
good movies on there.
You know, there was a really bad shark movie that had a really good cast in it.
called-
Sam
Oh,
Jackson was in it.
Megalodon.
It was called Dark Tide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I have seen that. No, that movie that had Sam Jackson, LL Cool J, Thomas Jane. They were like underwater, and there was the shark, and Sam Jackson was giving one of his Sam
That
Jackson
is called.
speech. Yeah,
That is
Yeah,
called.
Sam-
Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea,
I love
like
that
Tony
fucking
said.
Blue Sea.
Yeah,
Deep Blue
that was
Sea,
a bad
yes.
movie. Sam Jackson was giving one of his famous Sam Jackson speeches. That shark said,
We need to close up this motherfucking hole. Not
"Not
today.
today, motherfucker."
I thought Megalodon sucked personally, and that
Megalodon.
stars my boy in it.
Talking about Jason Statham.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
Yeah, because
So
who's
number-
going to believe this?
number 4,
Jason
Tony.
It's a
Statham is
Megalodon.
That was good.
anythingologist.
Let me give you.
He was like supposed to be like some kind of oceanologist.
Mike,
Like,
shut the fuck up.
I would go-
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Let me take Forrest Whitaker. Tell him I said Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker.
The Crying Game. Fuck what anybody says.
Oh,
For as good as for, and I've made this comment about Forrest Whitaker more times than I can count. But for as great of an actor as Forrest Whitaker is, that man makes some terrible fucking movies. And The Crying Game is one of them movies.
it is the biggest plot twist in all of movies.
Huge.
And number 5.
Right.
Mind blowing.
That dude's face. That dude's face is just like, wait, what the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck?
What the? I think
You know what's fucked
everybody
up
was.
is I watched it knowing what was going to happen. You know, like somebody said, "Oh no, that's a dude." You know, and I was like, "Bullshit," and I was like,
Huh?
"That's a dude.
That's the what?
Yes, hat.
That's a dude."
That's how dude.
All right, let me get
I love the whole Jim Carrey thing in Ace Ventura where they did a little reach around to The Crying Game and he was in the shop.
let me go Bruce Willis. For those who can't hear me, tell him I said Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Tony's
The
number
Jackal.
5 pick is Bruce Willis. And what was it?
The Jackal.
Oh, that was such
No,
a bad
I have to disagree with you, sir.
Nah.
I have to disagree with you, sir.
The only reason I'm on Tony's side with this is because there was so much hype behind that movie. And I thought that movie was going to be so good.
Damn Luton.
And it was kind of a huge letdown. I mean, actually, there was no kind of about it.
Oh.
It was a huge letdown. It was a huge letdown.
I didn't get any
When he kissed that dude, I was
out one day. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I watched it.
Well, and there we have it.
becoming unfindable.
I did not see that shit coming. Listen, I will never be a
They had
millionaire.
what's his
Sit
name?
alone.
They had
And
what's
there
his
we
name
have it.
running around
As-
with that big ass fucking gun shooting body parts off. I was just
As
like,
we
oh,
found out a few weeks back, Tony is a homophobe. So when another man kissed another man, he was out.
So
yeah,
so
that was
I'm
a
gonna-
bad
I'm gonna
scene.
wrap
I
up-
was like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna wrap up Tony D's. I'm gonna wrap up Tony D's picks. I'm gonna
Five.
figure out how to put
Let
them
it be.
onto the mix.
Did you have another one?
Only
So
got four.
Tony D
He said he's got 4.
has
He said he
Denzel
got one more.
Washington's Virtuosity.
No, you think you do have 5.
I got 5. Hulk Hogan's No Holds Barred, Halle Berry's Dark Tide, Forrest Whitaker's The Crying Game,
Okay.
and Bruce Willis's The Jackal.
Adoni.
Hey, Debith.
No, he's better than Donnie.
Oh, damn, let it be.
I'll drop down. But I appreciate y'all inviting me up. So you can get to
Yeah, man. You know you're welcome here
Two
anytime,
chins and
Tony.
two beards.
Yeah.
There's like
Hey,
four
much love to you,
people in
brother.
here. I can only see 3.
Love you, man. Be
Yeah,
safe.
thank you, Tony.
Later.
Hey, Tony, don't let him leave.
I love that dude. I fucking love Tony, man. That's my
That dude
boy.
is awesome. You know,
Him and I are
he's-
gonna
and
eventually.
he brings up a
act-
good point. He brings up a good point. The Forrest Whitaker fucking Crying Game. If you've ever seen it, when you do see
Where are
it,
you at?
and I don't want to spoil it, but when you do see it and you find out the biggest plot twist in all of movie history, if you don't throw up, something's wrong with you.
Yes. Nice, Tony. That was a good
He
list.
said-
I
I
like
knew
that.
it was coming. I knew it was coming, and still went.
That
Jesus.
wasn't a bad list. I actually.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it's better than
I
Rick's
think.
list. That was way better than Lick's list.
Pops, you need
First
glasses.
of all, I think we should. Tony, if you're down for it, I think we should bring Tony in every week. Well, no, we better not do that because he'll win every time because
Yeah.
he just comes on. Everybody likes
He can
Tony.
pander. No, I will. Tony D can only win second place on this because he's not a main staple.
Yeah. But I think we should throw Tony in there as a wild card just to kind of throw things up, and we can bring him in on Saturday
Just
night.
make sure he has a mic next time. So
Yeah.
He typically does.
He
You
usually-
can
he
typically
usually
hear
does.
him
make sure he
pretty
has a
well.
mic next time.
Tony D goes live on Haps more than any person I've ever met.
Hey, ask Big Daddy. He said he liked Fireball. He said he'd be here in 5 hours. Why isn't he on the road?
Yeah, why aren't you on the road? Baba wants to know why you ain't on the road.
Because I was just kidding. I'm not actually gonna drive now. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Ma,
I come
Ma-
over there, I will get drunk and make bad choices
There's no bad choices to be made in Newark unless you go to the east side. And if you go to the east side after you get drunk, you stay
If you're
there
in
because I'm
Newark,
not coming
you've
to
already
get
made
you.
the first.
Nobody goes over to
Jeff ain't wrong there.
Now, if Mama Glick had invited me yesterday,
I had no idea they
I
were
would've
coming up.
drove.
Actually, I remember you saying "see you next Saturday," and I thought you were
Really?
talking about seeing me on the show. I didn't know you were coming up, jackass.
Nobody knew we were coming up. We surprised everybody.
I got
yeah,
you
if
to
I had
say
known
5 more
yesterday,
days.
I would've-
Take that, girl.
I would have drove. I would have definitely drove.
You're really only 5 hours
But I
away
got-
from here?
I think so.
Give or
I don't
take.
know. Tell Mama Glick to Google Iowa to wherever to wherever
Iowa
you're
to-
at.
to here.
Iowa's not small.
It's about 5-7 hours from here,
Yeah,
something
he's
like that.
more than 5 hours.
Tell Pops I saw on Facebook
Um,
that he was a few days ago in Asheville.
Actually,
Cam said you were in Asheville. Cam lives by Asheville. So,
Go ahead and look up Davenport, Iowa. That's about an hour away from me. Davenport, Iowa to
Davenport,
wherever.
Iowa
to
to
Newark.
here. Davenport to Newark.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than 5
About 7 hours?
Yeah.
About 7 hours. We can do a weekend, Mike.
I was actually in Columbus.
We should do a weekend. You know, we've been
Monday.
promising ourselves a
I'll tell you what.
weekend.
I'll tell you
And
what.
I was
boys.
gonna wait until
I will make you. I will make.
I was
you
gonna
both a
wait
deal
until-
right now.
something that didn't happen. We should
I
definitely
will
do
make
that.
you both a deal right
Yeah, there's
now.
not many.
If
All
what I
right.
have, if what I have planning
Yeah, but Jack,
Right
wait till
now.
next time we're up.
with what I'm
We
doing
will be
with work,
here when? In May.
and all goes as well
brought
as
it.
planned,
5 more days.
I will
5 more
fly
days.
you both out here, and we'll do a live show from my pool.
I'll put you. All right. Well, hey, can I bring a guest?
Sure.
Okay. You want to go to Cancun?
Can you have a guest
Special
set up
guest?
for me?
Yes.
I have several actually.
Because I'm still
Yeah,
single.
actually, yeah, actually, I
I'm
was
still
gonna say,
single.
Actually, I have one set up for you.
7 hours, 45 minutes.
11
Oh.
hours. Jesus Christ.
Well,
Chris.
Huh?
Tell Big
I'm
Daddy
not- I'm not-
7 hours and 45 minutes.
7 hours, 8 hours,
We'll
Mike,
be here.
Yeah.
from here.
8 hours?
From
We should do
from
that.
me to you.
And we'll be here.
you should do that.
You need to
Drunk
leave
on the
now.
floor, but they'll be there.
They will be. Yeah, right.
I know if I get that, I'm gonna need like a whole weekend though, like a 4-day weekend, because if I go that way, I could think about 4 or 5 people that were like, you were hours away from me and you didn't stop. So.
Hey, I drove 14 hours in one day.
I know
Oh
you're
yeah, I
listening.
do that all. I
Do
drove
you still
14
have
hours to
that?
see my sister. To see my sister, Cheyenne.
By
I
chance.
was at her wedding. I drove 14 hours.
5 more days.
Yeah, in 5
stay
days,
with the podcast.
when someone
I'm
shows
staying
up,
with the
you
podcast.
should bring handcuffs
But
and
you know what,
duct
Glick?
tape, because
And
there's a lot of noise in the background.
say 5 more.
Wait a minute. I gotta keep track of
It's
this.
still gonna be.
These are my wussy ass. Wait a minute. There's 3 right there, honey.
Oh,
You lost your sound, Michael.
well,
You lost
okay.
your sound, Mike.
In my
That
back.
middle finger was for Jeffrey. Actually, at least they you know they provide content to the show, and it's just not random ass background noise.
That's true.
So
Hold on, let me
anyways,
get the dogs.
I will kill them goddamn dogs.
I'm actually happy they haven't been that. They haven't been that loud today. So
That's
that was
because they've taken over my house.
So I got to find my stuff here, but we'll roll into news here in a second. The other thing is I also got us in the background, so
Yeah,
I
that's what I
say
said.
like we say something, and then I can hear
them.
us.
I
Yeah,
can hear us
as
on
well.
loop. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Pops is literally sitting like a foot from me, listening to the podcast.
I know.
That's not
Now
very
he's
social
right on top.
distancing of you guys.
I don't want your COVID. Socially distance yourself. Oh wait, I'm vaccinated. I'm good.
Yeah.
Captain vaccinated over here. Da-da-da-da.
Wait.
But you can
Did
still
I hear-
catch it. Go ahead.
Wait, I
Have
heard
fun.
something. It sounded like bah, bah.
No, you
bah.
no, you heard something. That was my FBI agent shooting himself in the face.
now we've had
Hey,
both
Mama
our
Glick.
shots plus booster.
I hear a lot of sheep in that conversation.
Oh, I just switched.
I think my
alcohol.
parents showed up drunk.
No, we only started drinking when we got here.
That's what they all say.
Hey, I got up Thursday morning at 6 o'clock, started working, left Florida at 6:30 p.m., and got here at 8:30 a.m.
They were drunk when they left Florida and decided to come to Ohio.
I haven't been to Florida.
He's been there. He's been gone for 2 weeks. He took his weekend break here.
It's the middle of January. Let's go to fucking Ohio. We live in Florida. Yeah,
Right.
whatever.
With the snow and shit.
Excellent
That's
idea.
great. Yeah.
Tony's
Let's
shouting out
leave our
both.
summer living and just go
Yeah.
to where it's freezing cold. Yes.
Exactly. Tony is shouting
they're
out both of
calling
you.
for 3 to 5 inches of snow tomorrow.
Nah, I'm calling for 3 to 5 inches Friday.
What did you do? What did you do?
That was the biggest.
I can't believe I
softball.
just fucking
That
said
was the
that.
biggest softball. But holy shit!
Oh, I can't believe I just said that.
What was awesome was you made it like it was like bam. It's like
Believe it or
bam.
not, I
3 to
thought of
5
saying
inches.
it, but I did
Oh.
not want to get arrested.
Honest click, ladies and
There's
gentlemen. Honest
no
click.
fucking, there's no
Right in
fucking
front of your
filter.
mom and dad too. No fucks
There's no
given.
fucking filter. There's
None,
no
none
filter.
whatsoever.
In front of mom's.
These fireballs kicking in.
I'm not even drinking. It just popped into my head.
That's
I
the
have no
bad
filter.
part.
Ugh,
This is
I gotta
sober
get
click.
that filter fixed. I really am
Just
too.
told-
I've
just-
only look. I've got one. This is my first drink that Joe made for me, and this is only my second beer. I have no fucking filter. Holy
Just-
shit!
just
I'm glad
told-
you're laughing at
just
that.
told the
I was
millions
gonna
of
say,
people.
It looks like someone's
The
laughing.
millions of
5
people.
inches?
Maybe 6.
Oh, Jody's talking shit. Just 3.
3 to 5.
Oh!
Jody, I believe it's closer to 3.
Don't worry, I have skills that'll make up for it.
Yes. The Liam Neeson over here.
No, you don't. No.
Yeah, I do.
Now Pop is talking shit.
Your parents saw that. They saw it and they heard it. And
It's out there. It's
Yeah, good job on that one.
my date for
Mama's
my,
still laughing.
I'm expecting a Snapchat at any moment where the date's canceled for Friday night.
I don't know.
Same
She's
thing,
still
that's why I
laughing.
didn't say it.
She's still laughing. I said last week, you know, you have to either have them laughing or coming to make a woman happy. So she's laughing.
I can do
so that's
both.
good, right?
I can do both.
Yeah.
I still.
You get it O.
maintain-
You get it O.
I still maintain that someone needs glasses, and it's not Chris.
It is definitely not Chris. So should we do news now?
I'm waiting on you. You're the one giving.
This just
In
did.
today's news,
All by himself. on
Blick
Friday
is
night.
giving out 3 to 5 inches next Friday. That is the news. That is all.
Thank you. Good night.
Oh yeah, this just it's
Signing
time for a break.
off.
Yeah, it's time for a break. We gotta go. We'll be right back.
How does it do? This has been Big Dogs signing off.
Good night and fuck you, Los Angeles. I have no filter. Hence the reason why I'm going down there Friday, because there's no
Storm at
filter and it's
Click's
broken.
house.
And
We're
And I was just like,
3
I'll
to
be down
5
Friday.
inches on a good day.
I give up. I do have news. I can't believe.
Please
it.
hit the button. The newest button.
Audio Jungle.
I'm sweating.
I don't don't know if I can recover from that. I'm gonna try though.
I'm gonna tell a couple.
You opened your mouth.
I'm going to tell you a couple of stories.
Stories.
So listen to this. Listen to this. Okay, listen.
Wow.
Hold on. Oh, God. Well, let's start the news tonight with. Can we have the news, please? Yes. I'm trying. I just want to kill myself at this point.
Brought to you today by holy shit. We prayed on
Meanwhile,
it.
back on the ranch.
So, what was it? A week or so back, we did a news story about the dipshit California Highway Patrol officer who decided to wrangle a cow.
Yes.
This is a
that
fun
worked out
story.
well for him.
This is actually a good story. In Colorado,
Where are we going?
We're going to Colorado. Bob, fire
Bob?
up the jet.
Let's go to Colorado.
For today,
We're
boys.
going to Colorado.
I got my pilot's
So-
license.
You're not flying, Jeff. Sit your ass down in your special needs seat.
Now we
down
all
in your-
saw Jurassic World.
Sit down in your booster seat and calm down, little boy. You must be this tall to fly this plane.
Oh, that's.
I got blocks on my feet like in Indiana Jones, man. I'm ready to go. Fuck.
Well,
The 80s are dead. We're not doing high tops.
yes.
Done.
In Colorado, a deputy, full on Yellowstone style, captures a loose horse and rides it home.
Nice.
Nice.
And,
It's too much TV.
and actually, I'm going
The
to.
horse came back singing "Save a Cowboy, Ride a Horse."
I don't know what he came back, but I sent it to Jeff so I can get the video because there is video. A Colorado sheriff's deputy called to help wrangle a loose horse, climbed onto the panicked equine's back and rode the animal back to its home. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office deputy Ian Siebold was among those who responded to the call about the loose horse wandering through the busy roads in Centennial. God, I'm an idiot. The sheriff's office said in a Facebook post that the horse tried to make a clean getaway, but Deputy Siebold was much too quick. The cowboy cop responded to the call, wrangled the horse, jumped on his back, and rode it to safety. Calm down there, John Wayne. Siebold said the horse was panicking when he arrived on the scene. I saw the horse crossing the road, and it was a 4-lane major roadway. I could tell he was terrified.
Mom's in the back row making horse ridings. Visuals.
I'm so glad this is audio.
Right?
When they miss.
Live on YouTube
But,
tonight.
Right? But he said Seabold said he saw the horse crossing the road in a 4-lane major roadway. I could tell he was terrified. A citizen was walking nearby trying to stop traffic to allow him to get across. You could see in his face he didn't know what to do on the major roadway. He just wanted to go home, but didn't know how to get there. Seabold and other deputies were able to corner the horse in an apartment complex parking lot. With no trailer to take him home, the simplest idea was to ride him back, Seabold said. There was no saddle. He barebacked that horse. No halter. But I got a boost, old school way, and hopped on. Seabold said, to me, the biggest question was how to get this horse safely out of major residential area, and we were not walking those 2.6 miles. Other deputies provided an escort with their vehicles to allow Seabold to safely ride the horse back home. Seabold's actions earned praise from the sheriff's mounted unit on Facebook. This is some incredible horsemanship, to say the least, the unit wrote. So shout out to Colorado Centennial Sheriff's Department. They're in Arapahoe County. Shout out, man. You guys.
Great
Of
job.
course, it's a cop story, so it holds a little special spot.
My mind was
guy.
in the gutter the whole time of that story.
Yeah, I really read that shit just like that.
I'll go in this.
Arapahoe. That's what the fuck you said, Tony. Arapahoe County.
Arapahoe.
wrap a hoe across the mouth.
Oh, I can't. Woo! Like everything. He wrote
He
it.
said mounted. He mounted that motherfucker and said, I'm gonna
Oh. I'm trying to mute it. It won't let it mute it.
Is it bad that my eyes are tearing up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
All right,
I neighbors below me.
Stop it, Cody. You're making it worse. Stop trying to gain my composure here.
No, but everybody else
You
did.
look at your mom going.
Big Daddy, See?
He's doing it right now.
Look at the screen.
All right, you dirty degenerate sons of bitches. In other news,
I didn't do anything. I wasn't fucking here.
since we're in Colorado, Bob, let's take us down to Dallas.
Oh shit, we're in Texas.
Yeah, we're in Texas. I'm not welcomed in Texas, so boys, I'm gonna let you do what you do.
There's only steers and queers in Texas.
Steers and that was Pops, by the way. That was neither. That was not a single member. That was not a member of Nonsensical Nosense. That was Pops. So we've done the stories about like the Superman comics selling for a couple $1 million and this, that, and the other thing. Well, get this: a Spider-Man comic page
Okay.
Sure.
sells for a record $3.36 million.
What is a page? Was it even a cover?
No, it's
No.
just like it's like a drawing. It's almost like a.
It's just one page. It's just one page out of a comic book. In Dallas, a
What
single
number?
page of. Can I read the
Get
story?
to the story.
I'm invested. I'm excited. Spider-Man's like number 10 for my top favorite. What? Give it to
Stop
me,
instigating,
Click.
Tony.
Give me what I want.
I will if you would shut up. We had this discussion the other day. Remember when we were talking on Snapchat?
Get on with it. I'm shutting
a
up.
single page of artwork from a 1984 Spider-Man comic book sold at auction Thursday for a record $3.36 million.
1984.
Mike Zeck's artwork for page 25 from Marvel's comic Secret Wars number 8 brings the first appearance of Spidey's black suit.
I had that fucking comic. I had the whole thing.
The symbiote suit would eventually lead to the emergence of the character Venom. The record bidding, which started at $330,000 and soared past $3 million, came on the first day of the Heritage Auction's 4-day comic event in Dallas. The previous record for an interior page, listen to this, the previous record for an interior page of a U.S. comic book. So that one sold for 3.36. How much do you think the previous record was?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Just give me a number.
It would be really, really low. Probably like, I would say probably within 100,000 for a page. For a
Actually,
page.
it was actually the original. The previous record was $657,250.
Tony's
and it was,
on it with $500,000.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
and it was from the 1974 issue of the Incredible Hulk that featured a tease for the first appearance of the man himself, fucking Wolverine.
Yeah. You realize that the 1984, that's a Bronze Age comic. Those comics are not worth a whole lot of money.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
So
So, well, also Thursday at the same auction.
Your grandfather in the back.
He shot me.
At the same auction was one of the few surviving copies of Superman's debut in Action Comics number 1.
oh, number one, yes.
And that sold
Yeah.
for $3.18 million.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
Putting
that
it
was a
among the
story that
priciest
you
books.
did
And
a
that was
couple
a
weeks ago.
comic. Yeah, that was.
Oh, yeah,
Well, no, that was a different Superman comic book.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, none of the sellers or buyers were identified in this auction house.
Oh, no.
But
no.
so Yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy. A single page went for, 3.3 mil, almost 3.4 mil.
But you know what? That was a great page because Spider-Man was like this. He had a great
Yeah.
pose. That was a great page.
Oh yeah, it was.
But still, single page. What's bad is I have that comic, and it's
He said that didn't
1984.
hurt.
That's
I said, well,
that's
that's
amazing.
behind. That's the point behind her feelings.
Well, guys, let's move on to Connecticut,
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
and let's have a
We taking the
discussion.
plane?
Let's have a. Yeah. Why wouldn't we take the plane? The bus is in the shop.
Okay.
We gotta widen the seats for some people in this podcast. So.
I'm losing weight.
Hey, a
Danny.
note of wise. Back in '79, when I was in Texas, the hit song was "Ride Like the Wind."
Okay.
Thanks, Casey Kasem.
In five
Look it
in
up.
5 days, that's what's gonna happen. There will be some riding like the wind in 5 days. I'm pretty sure of
Yes.
it.
Well, in Connecticut, let's have a conversation about the pussification of America. And we live in the era of everybody gets a trophy, everybody wins. There's no losers.
Understood and
There is no losers.
Well,
put in the washing machine.
a high school, I'm assuming it's a high school coach, was suspended from his job because his team. I'm not going to read this whole article. I'm just going to give you a kind of a run through of it.
I think I heard. I think I heard this one. Yeah, go ahead.
A girls high school coach in Connecticut at Sacred Heart Academy was suspended from his job because they beat their opponents 92-4, and it was said to be unsportsmanlike and unethical. Jeff wants to say so much right now.
Break. You know, I swear to God. This is the problem with the U.S. right now.
Listen to this.
is
Listen to this
everybody
before you
wants
get into
to
it because I
fucking
got.
win, and God forbid there be a
Hold on.
loser.
Take a time out.
Guess
Take a
what?
time
In real
out.
life-
Take a time out real quick.
Go
Time out, Jeffrey. Time out. And I'll let you get into it because I got a fried chicken. The opposing team's coach, Coach Tom LaPicca, little bitch. He said that his team received no mercy rule during the humbling defeat.
Oh
That
my
motherfucker should be the
God.
one that is fired for the simple fact of the matter
No shit.
that his sorry ass team couldn't put up more than 4 goddamn points.
I'm sorry, but if in life there are winners and losers, and giving
There's-
everybody a fucking
there is
trophy
click and
for
there is
showing
fight.
up,
And I'm a winner.
giving everybody a
Mike's
trophy
a
for
loser. I'm just
fucking
kidding.
showing up is not how real life is. And what you're doing is hurting people in the long run
Two-time,
by
first
giving them
time.
a fucking
How about fried chicken?
trophy
Go on your
for
ranch,
showing up.
I lost my video.
This,
You know what, Click?
No, I
shit
lost
like
my.
this just
I lost my.
pisses me off to no end.
I'm just gonna, and I'm with you on this, Jeff. But I'm just gonna
yeah,
say,
I know
you know,
why.
it's hard to claim 2-time victory when I wasn't there for the first time. And I'll just let you know,
Turn off.
1-time victory as long as I've been in the show. You can claim your 2-time as much as you want. You can claim the 2-time as much as you
fuck
want,
his ass.
but you didn't.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Now you
Papa
fucking guys
Click.
are in trouble.
Now
Welcome to the podcast, Papa Click.
Yeah.
No, but,
Yeah,
but
click
in all
on
seriousness,
Watch out.
in
You
all
can't hear.
seriousness,
Watch
I
out. 'cause
can,
I'm
I
about
can hear
when
him.
you
You're gonna make an
literally-
echo. Watch out.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
When you literally give everyone a trophy for fucking
Shut
showing
my
up,
head.
you're setting up these kids for failure in the long run.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So I'm gonna piggyback
These are
on
the
what
fucking.
Mike just said.
These are some of these fucking pussies that literally complain because they didn't get the job, but they showed up with pink fucking hair and piercings in their goddamn nose, and then wonder why they're living in a fucking car.
Well, your rant's over. I gave you time.
No, you didn't.
So Michael, I'm talking a lot of shit at the end of the day. And that's a nice point that you made, that I'm only a one-time champion since you've been here. So that makes me the two-time first ever champion. Which is something you'll never be able to do. Also, you still
I'm
pander.
gonna laugh my ass
Also,
off when fucking Tony D beat you out for second place.
I don't
also,
understand how I pandered with me winning with a song that you two had never heard of. How
you
did
didn't
I
win because of
pander
that song.
where
Trust
I
me, you did
had
not
more
win because of
old
that song.
songs? I had more old songs than I had new songs. I think.
More expensive you go for what you want.
Oh,
I
you know
won
what?
with a Broadway musical song.
The exam is free.
Oh, you had more
Fuck.
old songs than you had new songs.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He fucking did.
He had one fucking song that nobody ever heard of.
I fucking heard it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I
Boom.
love that fucking song.
What?
You
He had
barely
one
kept-
song
Ain't
that
that
nobody,
right, Click? That
that
song is
nobody
awesome.
had,
knew it.
he had one song that nobody had ever heard of, and
And
then
I
he had
fucking
another
love that
song,
song.
from a rip-off of Romeo and Juliet.
No, I hate. No,
And everything
I love
else
that
was
fucking
newer.
song.
What song?
That Precious and
Precious.
Mike's jerking off, crying by himself in the corner.
Yeah. I wish-
Yeah, in all
That's not
seriousness,
even the name of the song.
Fucking terrible.
It is now. Anyways,
You know what
another
that
news.
means? You know what that? The only thing that tells me, Glick, and since I have bragging rights this week, the
And
only
other
thing that
news.
tells me is that Glick just doesn't like to lose, and when he does, he cries about it for a whole week.
is
But we're gonna find
Tina,
out.
I
after
agree.
next
That was last week, gentlemen.
In other news, if the guy who went to Rotten Tomatoes and looked at the top 100 of bad movies and made his 5
I
picks,
did
would
not.
shut the
I
hell
watched
up.
every single one of these movies. I've watched every single one of those movies, or tried to.
In other
Sorry.
news, Mike's going to start using this excuse. A man claims that COVID-19 shrunk his penis.
really.
Can I take that excuse?
Really?
I'm using that fucking excuse. I'm using that
I had
excuse
COVID.
Friday.
Yeah.
Since it's already put out there. You would not believe this, but I've had COVID 6 times.
Yes. And each time I lose
And
it.
every time you lose an inch,
Are you bragging?
I lose 2 inches.
I mean, when I was 19,
Still
when I
got
was
the crispy
19, I
back
remember
rolls.
it being bigger. That's all that I'm gonna say.
2 months ago,
Of course,
before I
wasn't-
had COVID,
Now,
It
now
was
how
twice
did
the
he,
size.
how
I
did
wasn't-
he use,
I wasn't
how did
as
he
fat
use
as I
the
am now.
excuse? So he
Well-
picked up a chick, and
no.
He's like,
The-
she's
the-
like, what's up with your dick? And he's like, I had COVID.
yeah, the anonymous male who was in his 30s was hospitalized after contracting the coronavirus last year. And he claims that the disease left him with a shrunken
Tony D.
penis. Is it really? Yeah, so he claims that the disease left him with a shrunken penis and erectile dysfunction. In a letter to Slate's How to Do It podcast, the man explained, when I got out of the hospital, I had some erectile dysfunctional issues. Those gradually got better with some medical attention, but it seemed to be left with a lasting problem. My penis had shrunk. Honey, I shrunk my penis.
Right?
Doesn't sound like he had the right woman.
Yeah, well, it also sounds like he was trying to make up
I
for the
think
fact
Mama
that he's not
Glick-
attracted to his wife anymore.
Mama Glick nailed it.
Damn.
The truth comes out.
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks lately that make me feel like a champion, because I've been seeing a lot of TikToks that say 4 to 6 inches is just right. So I feel like the man right now.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those TikToks too. They piss me the fuck off. I'm out.
Maybe
4 inches.
Miss Officer should stop listening.
Well, hey, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
just
just
kidding.
saying. Some women don't mind 4 inches around.
Yes.
What, Jeff?
No, there's been a study that
4
say
inches
that.
around.
I read a study that said that women like the big stuff, but they would rather, if they're going to be in a committed relationship, they'd rather have something smaller.
Well, anyways, the man said before he contracted the virus, he was before, this is a quote from him. Before I got sick, I was above average, not huge, but above average, and now I've lost about an inch and a half, decidedly less than average.
So he was 6
It
inches.
sounds
and now
like he was talking shit to his buddies about having a big dick, and when it
And he got
finally
called
came
out.
up time, he got called out, and somebody said, "Fucking whip it out, Bob." And
Yeah.
dude whipped it out, and he's like, "Yeah, you're not even 6 inches, motherfucker."
Yeah. So So multiple multiple medical studies. Hold on a second now. I just lost my story. Multiple medical studies have linked COVID-19 with erectile dysfunction, with an Italian study revealing that 28% of men who contracted coronavirus has experienced the problem. So apparently with men, what the fuck did I just walk into? Penises, Mark! Nothing but penises! Small
That's all we
penises,
talk
but
about,
penises nonetheless. It's blood flow loss, you fucking idiot. Agreed.
Well, I mean,
Agreed.
Tony and I.
It sounds like
are,
to me that this dude was talking shit with his buddies, saying,
Yeah.
"I have an 11-inch penis," blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Fine, fucking whip it out, motherfucker." He whips it out.
No,
and
100%.
it's 6 inches.
Well, speaking of COVID, just a real quick at you, real quick. Just a headline at you. Apparently, men in face masks, women find us more attractive.
Well, that's easy because they can't see our full face.
they can't see your face.
I mean, that's easy.
I don't know. I've been
Tony,
told
you're
not
not
to
allowed-
allow
I was-
Tony, as a black man, you're not allowed to have a small one. So
I'm glad you said it and I didn't say it.
we're all
He
thinking.
said-
I just had to say it.
He
'Cause
said
I'm woke,
because
motherfucker.
Tony said my penis ain't small, and Jeff said, well, as a black man, you're not allowed to have a small penis. Jeff, what does your shirt say?
It says, "I'm wild. She's
I'm
sweet.
wild.
Together we're dangerous."
What's the rest of it?
Do you see where his arrow is pointing?
Uh huh.
I'm wild. She's
It's
sweet,
pointing at me.
together, We're. It is pointing at you.
We
We're dangerous.
are dangerous.
Your arrow is pointing at Michael.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. It's pointing at Big Daddy.
I am a sweet guy. I am a sweet guy.
As long as you know,
and
motherfucker.
together that does
Shut
make
up,
us
Tony.
dangerous.
I can't stand either one of you,
second.
just so you both know that.
I know you can. It's okay. It's okay.
I lost my news. Where's my news? I don't think I have anything else in news. I think that's the end of news. I don't even know.
That's
Now,
that's
Tony?
pretty wild.
You need a better education on blood flow.
Wow, and when you hear it in stereo,
Silence.
that's even better. That's
This silence. This silence speaks volumes. Tony said, "Ma'am." Oh, here's I'm gonna get my bad news.
Tina's like,
okay,
I'm
no
late
bad
for
news.
anything.
Tina's like, oh,
5 days. 5 days. 5 days.
it's still 5 days. Okay, good. We did.
Still 5 days. 5 days.
Just give it time. We'll fuck it up. Don't worry. We still got Wednesday. I
You
When
guys
I
are not
yet
gonna fuck
again-
anything up.
Yeah, we are.
have to buy another belt, and this shit's expensive. This was $18. I couldn't afford it.
You don't need to buy another belt. You just had to have one belt. It's not my fault that my kid has like
You had
17
two?
belts.
You
I
had
have 4.
two.
I have 4.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe one day you'll be able to put them on. Maybe.
I'll be right back. I have fried chicken.
But Jeff's got a good list, so I don't know. Jeff's got a good list.
You're gonna send a text
God
over.
damn.
No.
Why does it have to be 5 more
I
days?
did.
Sorry. Oh.
Can we move on with the show? You're frozen now. You're
sweet.
That was my father's reaction to my date Friday night. Oh, sweet.
That's the one that's
What?
51 years old.
Goddamn.
What?
all everybody's business out there.
All right. Hi everyone. This is the big dog. We have lost control, and it is I. Uh, I apologize. Tony, I'm sorry about last night. um, Once again, I feel like I need to have like some things written down in case this happens, and I have to just take over the podcast and cover since Jeff decided to go fry a chicken at the wrong time. Thank you, Jeff. But moving on. Yes. Are we back?
I'm back.
We're having some technical difficulties. But no, that's Tony's like, this shit is classic. I guess if you call a dumpster fire classic. No, I've heard all kinds of excuses for why people cheat. For instance, my ex-wife, she told me she cheated on me because I was too big. I shit you not. She's like, you hurt him. You hurt her every time. I'm like, so you cheat on me? That makes no sense to me. No, like that makes no sense. Like, he was like, she was like, he was like 4 inches. It didn't hurt. It it was all right. I'm like,
I've never.
how is this fair? Yeah. Like that makes no sense.
But I have cheated in the past, and my excuse has always been, well, she was there, I was horny.
Well, unfortunately, I have done that too. I took the advice, and I shouldn't have, and it was don't get mad, get even.
Yeah.
So I did, and
what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Well, it hurt me. I was it didn't help. It didn't help the situation, and it hurt me. And I'm just like, no, I'll never do that again. But it just, I ended up getting hurt in that long run. So what's the whole point of that? But it's funny because when you've been cheated on as much as I have, there's one thing that I never understood. Okay, when they cheat because they want extra, right? But every time they cheat, they cut off whoever they're with.
I understand.
See, to me, that makes no
well,
sense.
It all comes down to a lot of people still
right?
believe the old adage of the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
On the other side of the fence. And
yeah, how's that working out?
Right?
Tony D, you are right because unlike men, women literally do sleep with every single one that they actually want to. Where
I've never met a woman that can walk up to any guy and say "fuck me," and the guy's like, "Nah, I'm good."
No, that's no, I don't know. Although I've turned down a lot. I actually was I've turned down pussy before, but quite a few. But
that makes you a pussy.
But there's always those 5 minutes later where you're just like, oh damn, maybe. Well, it was kind of. I went down for a wedding. For a wedding. Never met. I never talked to her before. Never met this chick. She was actually like a buddy of mine's friend, but they weren't together. It was just a friend. And then she showed up at this wedding, and in front of her granddaughter, said, "You want to go up to your room? I'll suck your dick." And I was just like, "I've known you for 5 minutes." And she's like, "Oh, I've seen your TikToks and shit." And I'm like, no. I'm okay.
Is your sound off, Mr. Glick?
Yes, his sound is off.
Excellent.
He is handling a situation. Uh, well, it felt extremely awkward. You know, I don't. Go ahead, Tony. You got questions? Well, right, Betty. It's ain't that special. I just don't sleep around with anybody. I'd like to have a connection. And the only thing I could think about is that must be like really good parenting to have a grandmother in front of her 13-year-old granddaughter hear her mom being a skank like that, you know, because her daughter was like granddaughter was like right there, and I'm just looking at the whole situation.
Well,
And I looked at my buddy like, what kind of fuckery did you get me into?
well, at the end of the day, I've literally, my first 2 years in Cancun.
Was she ugly? No, she wasn't ugly. She wasn't ugly. She wasn't like smoking, but she wasn't ugly.
My first 2 years in Cancun, I never turned it down. But I was also in Cancun during spring break, stuff like that. So you could throw a stick and find 14 people asleep with you. So it's not that hard.
Well, the thing is, and that might be the case, but you know, there's things that penicillin can't get rid of, and
Understood.
And it goes with where we talked about this when during the top 25 whatever of red flags, and
Right.
and I talked about, you know, I'm not one to judge people, and I don't really judge, and I understand that every situation is different, but if we haven't really. Well, when you connect with somebody, you can connect. You know what I mean? And when you
Right.
connect with somebody, it can be like overnight, and I can connect with somebody and be like, yeah, let's, you know, right here, right now. But if you're, you know, haven't really known somebody, you haven't really made a connection, and they're already like sending you bad pictures, and you naturally, in your head, you're naturally thinking, well, if they do that with you, then they'll do that with anybody. So naturally, when you just met somebody and within 5 seconds, they're like, hey, I want to do this to you. You're
Sounds
going,
like you
okay,
overthink
so
it.
who else have you done that with? You know, and I'm like,
That sounds to me like you
maybe.
overthink it.
Yeah, well, I
Definitely
am.
overthinking.
At that moment,
You are
at
not
that
an
moment, you're
overthinker.
thinking with the wrong head.
You are not an overthinker.
Stop thinking with this
Coming-
brain.
I'm not.
coming from the guy who will
I'm not a
go
very
from
good-looking guy,
one
so I
quote
don't
unquote
understand
relationship
why.
with some broad in Scotland to another relationship with some broad in the United Kingdom, and then be like, I don't understand why it worked out. I didn't work out. I don't know. Maybe because you're
There's a
on
fucking
totally
ocean
opposite ends of
between
the
you.
goddamn country. So, anyways, I'm back. I'm sorry, not to you two, and not to anybody else listening. My apology is to one person. So I'm sorry, and I totally get if I hope you don't, but I totally get if you want to cancel Friday.
Which one's which is glass? I don't know.
No, everything was okay. We kept on. We carried it on. I don't know what he was talking about. There was only one overseas chick. But the idea was she was supposed to come here. And that was
They
that was
okay. Well,
the-
they
the
are never
whole-
going to come
was the-
there. They're never going to move. When
No.
you get into a relationship with somebody like that, and it's quote unquote long distance, at the end of the day, it's a game,
Yeah.
and it's about attention, and it's
Yes.
about let everybody look at me.
Wait,
Years
whoa.
come home.
Hey, I got this, okay?
I have my
Can I
finger on
jump
the
into
trigger.
this?
Go ahead.
Can you? I have my finger on the trigger.
Because
It took me 3 years to come home.
it took her 3 fucking years.
Yeah, but you guys weren't long distance in the beginning. You guys have known each other.
You were not on opposite sides of the world either.
Yeah, we were.
I was in Texas. He was here in Ohio.
Yeah, but you guys had a history.
That's not the other
because you're
side of the
originally
fucking
from
world,
Ohio.
Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news to you.
No,
We
I
don't
was
wanna
I
know
was
since we
talking
are
to.
50.
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
rephrase this. Let me rephrase this. You got to turn that down there, Kilmer.
Okay.
Just a little bit, so you can still hear. So you can still hear these guys. But when you're in a TikTok long distance relationship,
But we weren't in them.
you guys weren't. So we're not talking about you. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about right now, the here and now. So when you're in a TikTok long distance relationship, 9 times out of 10, it might be real for you. It might be real for the other person. But there are 2 people in every relationship. And one of those people in that relationship, at the end of the day, it's all about attention.
Yeah, it is.
So once that attention
Someone to talk.
once that attention and people stop looking, stop commenting, stop being intrigued by it, then they don't want to be in that relationship no more, and they're going to move on to the next relationship. So when Mike may or may not be so in love with somebody that he's talking to, may or may not be so in love with somebody that he's talking to in Scotland, but for her, that is a clout thing. So she's going to do that so she can get attention and she can get likes and she can get comments and she can get followers. But at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10 in these quote unquote TikTok relationships that are long distance, and I'm not saying this
Spitefully?
well.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I don't even give a fuck if it's taken spitefully at this point, especially after what happened today. But at the same time, I recently met somebody else on TikTok, but I wouldn't say it's a long distance thing because we're an hour away from each other. We're maybe an hour and some change away from each other. So I'm not. This is not what I'm going with that. But I'm saying, but when you are multiple states away or a country away, it's all about attention.
You were married.
And then when they're done and they're not getting what they want, once they get what they want out of it, then they move on, and whether whether you had anything to do with it or not, they make you look like an asshole, make you look like a piece of shit, even when you have done nothing and still continue to protect them from everybody else. They continue to make you look like a piece of shit until said person who continues to make somebody look like a piece of shit reaches their breaking point and calls you out on their bullshit, especially when they have photos that you probably would not want to let be out.
I'm just saying.
Well,
I
we're
have
not
a website for
going to
you,
do
Chris.
that. But the thing,
and I'm talking about
there's
Mike.
a
No, I'm
lot
talking
of
about
comments-
Mike right now. I'm talking about Mike right now.
Sure you are.
I'm the type of person, Glick. I deleted those photos. I don't have a single one of those photos. They all got deleted. I'm not that type of person. I will never be that type of person.
Send them to me.
Yeah, well,
I still
cool.
I have
Good job.
I have one video that makes me cry when I watch it, and I haven't brought myself to delete it. That's it. But I'm working.
I deleted
on that.
everything.
But
I deleted
there were
everything.
several comments. There's several comments that were brought in here. I'm going to pick out a few of them. Thank you, Tina. You are 100% right. Wicked numbness. I do believe that long distance relationships can work, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot of dedication. I think that you need to meet them first. I don't mind long distance relationships. In some ways, it's a good thing because you can't get all wrapped up in the physical too early, and you have to learn your communication skills and that which should be the focal point when you're starting a serious relationship. So long distance relationships can work, but I believe you do need to meet first. I believe that there needs to be an end game. There needs to be long distance works in a period of time. You can't maintain a long distance relationships, for like 10 years. 1 year.
Understood. But the problem with the long distance relationship, if it is one-sided, you're fucked at the get-go. Which is what.
And that's really what it. I mean, Glick was really right because I had heard she had a few of those relationships with a lot of other people. you know, which is why I couldn't talk to her after a certain time, and that's where you it takes a
JoJo's
lot of
thinking.
dedication. And there's
My mic. I muted my mic. I am 40 fucking years old, and my dad was literally just fucking trying to tickle me. And I yelled at him. I was like, I'm 40 fucking years old. Why are you tickling me, Sam Elliott? Not that I would be upset if Sam Elliott.
He does
wanted
look
to
like
tickle
Sam
me,
Elliott.
but I know he does, right?
He's the
No,
whisperer.
I'll be like,
Mike.
No.
The only thing I have to say is that Christopher is a wonderful guy, given the chance to prove himself.
He knows he's sucks. And I'm going to give him the money. I'm going to give him the money.
It sounded like Dad was giving
Glick
you
is a
permission
good
to take the truck
guy.
there. That's what I heard. I heard Pop say you could take the truck.
Glick is a Glick.
I heard Pop say. Actually, I didn't hear Pop say that I could take the truck. He said that I could have the truck, and he would continue to play on it.
That sounds like that's what I heard.
I'll drive that damn.
He also said I could
Kinda
have
like
the new
what I
bike that he
heard.
just bought.
No, you know what? What you need to do is you take that truck,
You sent me a picture.
go to the dealership, and you trade it in for a Chevy.
You know what I do with that truck? I drive it down to Cancun, Mexico, and I run
It won't make it that far. It's a Ford. It won't make
Yeah, that's why it will make it, and I'll run you over.
No, that's why it won't make it. Fuck a Ford.
Huh?
Fords are overrated.
Not
They're
to
comfortable
mention-
rides.
Not to
They're
mention,
overrated.
you cannot bring a dually into Mexico.
Tina said true.
I don't know why, but you cannot.
I don't know.
Who's Tina?
Definitely not the girl he's interested in from what I'm seeing.
No,
It's a weird thing, but you cannot because I've tried.
Anyways, Glick, how about a break? I think we're ready for a
Yeah.
break, Glick. Yeah.
Let's do a break.
Why don't we wrap this up and start the third hour with a break? What do you say, Glick? Yeah, and then we come
need a
back
break.
with a top
Well, yeah,
10.
we'll be going a little
Yeah.
past 11 o'clock, just because we had the technical difficulties and all that.
Yeah.
But,
Back at the ranch.
yeah, we definitely need to take a break.
And that's fine. Yeah.
I said, meanwhile, back at
Can
the
we
ranch.
can we do
I gotta turn my speaker
back
off.
home?
Yeah.
As a can I put
Well,
in?
no, it's. Well, I mean, second break is supposed to be a cover song, but I like Back Home.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, we can do
I
Back
love
Home.
back home.
That's
Yeah, let's do back home.
Back Home's a good one.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
What the hell are you
that
talking
one
about?
that one will be a take
Betty?
off once I
Betty, Nick's
tried.
wife.
Oh, next one.
She's my sexy girlfriend.
I would
Ow!
never use those two words in the same sentence about her, but whatever. To each their own, I guess.
You want to find out how sharp my teeth are?
No.
Jesus.
What album is that off of?
Oh,
Shit.
we're on half.
it's off of his first one.
Back in the ranch.
I am
His.
I am.
New York City.
The album's called I Am, I believe.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the one I actually clicked on. I knew that.
Yeah, I listen to Blacktop Mojo.
No, I do too. I listen. Oh! Speaking of Blacktop Mojo,
Mm-hmm.
I told
Oh,
Jeff
yes.
about this the other night.
This is
I told
awesome.
Jeff about this the other night. So I was at the gym, and I was on the treadmill, and I was looking up at the TVs, and there was like a thing that popped up for Planet Fitness, and it was like, you pick the music, and I was like, what do you mean I picked the music? And it was a commercial for an app, and it's this app called Rock Robot or Rockbot or something like that. So it's like an app that is like a jukebox. So you can, like, if you're in a bar or something like that, and they have this app available. Rocky, there he is. What is
Hey!
going on? There he
There
is.
he is.
But
You scared Mike
so-
away, but okay.
so I was at the gym the other day, and I seen that. So while I was on the treadmill, I downloaded it, and I checked it out, and it popped up Planet Fitness here in Newark, and I was like, here we go. So they don't have a lot of Blacktop Mojo songs on that app, but they had enough to where I was just like, play all. So I don't know how long it lasted, but the entire time I was there, it was Blacktop Mojo after Blacktop Mojo after Blacktop Mojo after Blacktop Mojo song, just cranking through the speakers at the gym, and I loved it. I even took one earbud out so I could listen to them in one ear, like I do when I'm working out, and then I could listen to them with the other ear, and hear them playing in the gym. And I really hope that, and I did look, Jeff, because you brought it up, but I looked before you brought it up to see if we could play the podcast, because if I could play the podcast, oh, I would 100%. But so Blacktop Mojo, if you, Matt and Kat and the guys, if you guys hear this, just so you know, every time I go to Planet Fitness, play all.
Amen to that.
And it's a Blacktop
So if you're
Mojo
on
gym
your
night.
second, I'm on my
I don't know
second.
what happened to Mike.
For one more round.
During break.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him either.
I'll find it.
I'm gonna re-invite him. No, he's still invited, so he can come back. Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you, Rocky.
So, but yeah, we're gonna take a real quick break. We got Blacktop Mojo. If you guys aren't already, go check them out. Go give them a follow on all social media. Stream their music everywhere. Music is available to be streamed. I don't know. None of us know. Jeff's gonna reach out to him. But we got Blacktop Mojo. What did he ask for? Why? Why?
I missed it. I forget what he asked for.
Yeah, I think it was. Well, either way, that's what we're going to But yeah, go check these guys out. They're amazing. They're an awesome band. And, let them know that we sent you. Nonsensical Nonsense. All you got to do is just say, hey, Nonsense sent us. So, we'll be right back here in just a few minutes. I do have a new top 10.
Tina says Mike's phone's messing up.
Okay. So, hopefully we'll get Mike back after the break. I do have a new top 10.
Yeah.
What is my new top? Oh, no, actually. Oh, Jeffrey. Because you're the only one here. I have a 4-part top 10.
Ooh.
So the next 4 episodes, this is going to be our list. So it's gonna be good. I liked it. I was reading through it earlier, and I was like, this is actually pretty cool. I like it. So we're going to do a 4-part for the first time, a 4-part top 10 list when we come back from break. So we'll be right back, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you in just a few minutes. So, little Blacktop Mojo. Mike's back. Drop your cameras down. Here we go.
Well, I see your silhouette against a red sunset. The wind blows through my hands. It leads me to the west. Well, I've drifted many days, but still I'm left wondering, will I ever find my way? And I long for that day. And I've walked through this land, but I don't understand. I look up to the sky, but still I sing. I bow my head and pray. Is anyone listening? And will I ever find my way?
to make sure they didn't get me.
A sailor has been found dead on the submarine HMS.
Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. I'm Glick, hanging out with Jeff, as always. You got Mike somewhere. He's coming in eventually.
There you go.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. It's been a bit of a show, to say the least.
Say it least.
If you're not already, make sure you give us a follow on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Yeah, we're on Twitch. We don't do anything on Twitch, so don't follow us on Twitch. They don't even matter. But if you're not already and you want to join us live for any episode we go live on Wednesdays and Saturdays, feel free to join us. You can download the Haps app, follow Nonsensical Nonsense, and you can hang out in the chatters box. And you can also get every single episode of the podcast on demand whenever you want on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere or everywhere you get your podcast jollies from. So go give us a like and go give us a share, give us a follow, tell your friends about us, give Mike and Jeff the old double thumbing. You can also get, if you'd like to, for whatever reason, the only reason we have the email is just simply for all the goddamn social media we have. But if you'd like to reach us by email, you can do so by hitting us up at
gmail.com. Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast at gmail.com.
Bada bing, bada boom. What, buddy? Huh? Can you have what?
A candy cane.
Hey, I got a question before we continue on with the part 1 of 4 of the top 5. Is there
So we have
anyone? Well, hold on, I got my
Hold
question.
on. Jeff's
Is
got
there
the hat.
any?
Is there anyone?
Is there any Ponderosa steakhouses left?
I don't think so.
Not in my area. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just saw a thing on Facebook during the break. It was like back before Chili's. This was our family night out. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah,
Ponderosa
for me it
Raw.
was Ryan's, but I think Ryan's is gone too.
Yeah, right. I think so too.
Made me hungry.
Yeah.
Why did you
All
ask
right.
about Ponderosa? I'm just trying to
Yeah,
find.
like I
the,
said, it popped up on Facebook. I want to share it on my Facebook page, but this is back before Chili's. This was our family night.
No, I didn't really like Chili's too much either. It was we always went to Ryan's, but I grew up in like a big family. I was the oldest of five, so the family size was 7. So it was always all you can eat buffets, and because that was the most beneficial, for us.
Oh yeah.
And that was usually the only meal that we ate during that day. So you better get 3rd helpings, 4th helpings. You better make it last, as my dad always said.
No, I found it. Sweet.
So
Excellent.
So
what
that
is
was
our
that
top
was
10 for today.
So I we've been doing like top 10. Obviously, top 10 has kind of become a thing on here. And we've been having some supersized top 10s. Well, I'm going to change the game up again. I have a top 10 that is going to consist of 4 parts. So we got a 4-part top 10. Movie is going to start tonight, and then we're going to go into Wednesday. We're going to go next Saturday, and into the following Wednesday. So it's actually like a top 40, but we're going to break it down into top 10s.
Well, let's rock
So-
it, Casey Kasem.
We'll go ahead and rock this out real quick.
It's my top 10 because it's my show and I do everything and I have a microphone. So here's my fucking top 10. You stupid pricks.
That's just like,
You're a opinion man.
You're a minion man.
No, I agree with you. My phone's been acting up too, so it's definitely the night of technical difficulties. So
What?
It wouldn't be nonsensical nonsense if there was no technical difficulties.
You're going to prison?
Right?
Yeah, because I'm gonna fucking shoot.
I don't know if you just got that, Jeff, or not, but
Which one?
Yes, I did.
You know how many granddaughters you got?
So we have the top 40. Well, hence the reason why it's a four-parter. But we have the top 40 facts so funny they are hard to believe.
Oh, I love
Okay.
stuff like this.
All right.
Stop, would you?
I'm excited for this one. Let's get in it.
So we are doing this in four parts because it is 40. And I was reading through it, some of them, and they were pretty good. In every list there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers. But at the end of the day,
Just like the three of us, Jeff is definitely a winner, and Blake is a winner,
I'm always a winner.
in exception to this week, I am a winner.
Win or lose, I always win.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What is
I said that backwards. My dyslexia. I'm sorry. In exception to this week, I am a loser.
No, nobody played.
So what is, I guess, starting with number 10 or number 40?
Yeah,
we're going to
how
start
are we
with
gonna-
number 40. We're going to go all the way down to number
Okay.
40, and we're going to
right.
and we're going to work our way up the next four episodes.
All right. So let's, whenever you're ready,
So-
you have us all in waiting in anticipation. I don't know if you caught that. That was from his movie list. Tim Curry.
Jeff and I are having our own conversation right now.
We're having a secondary conversation on Facebook.
Thanks. Thanks,
I
Rocky.
know you guys are talking. Mama,
it's
Liv,
nothing
you are
bad.
fine. You're fine. Don't apologize. You're fine.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
But number 40, coming in number 40 on the top 40 of this list. Cows don't. Now, each one of these have a little explanation, so you have to let me do that. But number 40, cows don't like Willie Nelson.
Okay.
Fuck them cows!
It's the top 40. It's the
Redheaded
top 40
Stranger is
random
awesome.
facts that are funny.
Cows don't
Well,
like Willie Nelson.
Here's a funny fact for you.
The
Dairy
fuck?
cows will produce up to 3% more milk when listening to music. But they don't like
Yes.
country music, especially Willie Nelson. They need something with a good beat.
They're fucking un-American.
They should listen to
Your dad's like, that's un-American.
Drowned in milk.
Dear.
Number
It's un-American.
Take one
it may
for
not be it may or may not be un-American, but it is what it is. He sings a lot of slow songs.
There you go, Mama
Good
Blick.
songs.
Just for you.
Slow, slow.
What the fuck are you drinking, Mike?
Unlike me, it's Mike's Hard.
My body.
Oh, nice. I'm just asking. I'm just seeing the big ass can.
Yes.
You're fucking idiot, by the way.
A technology.
I know I'm a fucking idiot. That's why I'm on the show. If I was an intelligent person, I couldn't be on the show.
This is line
I
of blue
know I'm a
military.
fucking
It's a
idiot.
military shirt.
Yeah,
No, he's got 9 lines. This is Howitzer. It's a different company. It's at Boot Barn. But number 39.
I'm not allowed to drink Fireball, so I don't drink Fireball. The last time I drank Fireball, I woke up naked and bad decisions were made, and I have no recollection of it.
Nice.
And I wasn't allowed to have my phone now if I drink Fireball
Number
again.
39.
So
You are shit-faced.
Huh?
You are shit-faced.
Yeah.
I checked your Facebook.
She is faced. She is fucking shit.
check my Facebook.
Number 39. Latin
All right,
Latin
there's
Latin
two.
America has flowers that look like lips. And there's a
That is
picture.
true.
It's like, yeah. Well, yeah, you live in Latin America.
Yeah.
There's a flower in the rainforest of Central and South America that resembles a puckering mouth covered with lipstick, called the Psychoterra alata.
Wait. I got.
Right there's the
I
picture.
got access.
Right there's the picture.
Where's her diaper?
It's for Alexa's doll.
True story.
Real life.
Where's her diaper?
No,
life baby.
I've actually seen those.
It is for Alexa's doll. She has one of those real life baby things, so she went to Walmart and bought all baby stuff for it: diapers, outfits, everything. 38, 19, number number 38, number 38.
Fucking cool.
Number 38. High heels were originally invented for men. When high heels first came when high heels first came into fashion in the 10th century, they were intended for men. It wasn't until the 18th century that more women wore heels than men.
Well,
That probably has something.
That probably comes down to like cowboy boots. Like, you know, they have the heel.
No, I think.
So I doubt they look like modern day pumps. You know?
No. I think what it was, and again, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but what I think what it was is because
Here, I'm fried chicken.
if you go back and you look at the average size of humans, and height has always been a stature thing. All right, I'll have to check it out when I get done with the top 10. So height has always been a stature thing, even today.
Understood.
It's a stature thing. So I believe that, you know, back in the back. So if I'm just guessing. So in the 10th century, let's say the average height of a male was 5'2". So, you know, so they had to present themselves as being bigger than what they really were, as far as, you know, respectability and this, that, and the other thing. So it becomes a stature thing. You know, it's a status. I think I was saying stature wrong, but it's a
Yeah,
status.
you sounded good. You're a statue.
Yeah, I'm fucking smart.
No, you're not fucking smart. You're okay.
Well, let me. I agree
So,
on that, and it is
Much like the, and I'll let you talk. Give me 1 second, Michael. Much like, you know, they did the white wigs thing, and they did the,
Right,
you know,
like
men
the powder
dressed
wigs,
a
yeah.
certain way. It was a certain way that you dressed and you presented yourself. So I'm without looking at without.
Yeah, it's like a status thing.
Whatever.
Yeah, without looking it up and not knowing 100%, that's what I'm willing to bet. Because, you know, as we have evolved as human beings, as men have evolved, we've evolved to be bigger. We've evolved to be a more dominant looking, I guess, stature. I don't know if I'm using that word right in any way, shape. Yeah, and I'm only speaking for men here. I'm not speaking for humans. You know, because, you know, quote unquote, per what everybody says, men are the dominant species. We're protectors, we're providers. So, you know, we have to have those features of being big and strong and able to provide. So, but Jeff or Mike, what were you gonna say, man?
Well, I was gonna say, if you permitted it, it's just I've noticed that this has been coming back. You know,
Parties your ass off.
I'm 100% for body positivity on male and female side.
Can't fucking prove by now.
You are a bigger,
Can't do that now.
you know,
Well, I'm not smoking drugs right now.
not let that mess with you, you know. But it seems like, especially, they always want to know your height. They always want to know certain things.
Oh my goodness!
That was from Rocky. I didn't know it was gonna be so loud. Sorry, Mike.
I can shut up.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna be so loud.
I don't know. I just think it's funny because I've noticed this on TikTok a lot lately. Is, you know, the women, they do the body positivity stuff and they don't want to be fat shamed or anything like that. But next thing you turn around, it's always, if a man isn't 6 foot tall, he's a garden gnome. And I know that we pick on Jeff about his height, but you know what, first of all, you know, everything that you see on the show that's just us. I don't mean
That's just
anything in a
guys.
hurtful way towards
No,
Jeff
but
or
yeah,
or
I mean that's
Flick,
just busted
and
balls.
that's just
That's
us
what we
talking
do.
shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. I don't understand why. That's just one thing I don't understand is why, they want us to respect you for your body size, something that you can change. Some people can't, but that is something that can be changed. But
Some people change their
you
body
literally
size.
cannot change a person's height. You cannot change your height.
Well,
You
that
know?
is not true because according to one TikToker that I stitched the video, height is a what is it? She said height is a option. So
Yes.
I said I have a 12-inch dick because apparently if height is an option, so is length. So
Bullshit.
Well, no, and it's come out about that too. But no, you cannot do that without major reconstructive surgery, and then
I looked into it. It's
there's a risk
it's a
that you
painful
won't ever be able
process
to
and
walk
it's,
again.
and it's exactly. Moving on.
So, anyways, number. Sorry, I'm not
37.
on the screen.
Sorry.
Number 30. Number 30. No, you're not. No, you didn't do anything, Mike. You're fine, buddy. Number 37. Nabokov. It's some Russian guy. Maybe the real inventor of emojis. Russian author Vladimir Nabokov came up with the idea for smiley emoticons in 1969.
I took a more destructive way.
So, I don't know if it's funny, but that's an interesting little little tidbit of information.
Well, did you know that? Do you remember when Prince stopped going by Prince and he went as the artist formerly known as Prince? And he had
He was a symbol. Yeah.
To all press, he sent out floppy disk drives with a what's it called? Like a what is it? Times New Roman. What's the font? With a font that had his symbol, so they could type it into the newsroom.
Back in 77.
So that's.
I believe it.
So I give credit to Prince for that, for the emoticons.
I believe it.
I agree.
Number 36. The people hate privacy policies and reading the fine print in general. Do you guys ever read your fine print and privacy policies when you download a new app or anything like that?
No.
Not once.
It would take.
I read the fine print when I'm talking to Betty, and that's about it.
How long would it take?
Because she'll get you in the details. She will get you.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that means, but okay. But it said it would take 76 work days. Yeah, it would take 76 work days if you worked 8-hour day, an 8-hour day to read every online privacy policy you agree to in an average year. So if you read literally every online privacy policy that you agreed to, it would take you 76 work days.
That's crazy. You know, there's some asshole out there that has done that.
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why they know that fact.
No, but I'm saying not as like general practice. That's what he does. Like every time he downloads anything, he spends 2 days reading, the privacy clause.
Yeah. Oh no,
And he has like 4 apps on his phone because of it. Because he's like, nope, don't agree.
But number 35, carrots just might turn you orange.
That is true.
You want another funny fact? If you eat enough carrots, about 3 large carrots a day for several weeks, it increases your beta carotene in your blood and could turn your skin orange.
For reference to that,
that was an episode on Scrubs.
The guy was drinking carrot juice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's no way in hell that's real. And my mom was like, being a medical professional, my mom was like, no, that's totally true.
Yeah, right?
What?
So.
But number 34 on this list, this sounds like something one of us 3 idiots would do. but a man actually changed his name because he lost a bet. After losing a drunken poker bet in 2009, a New Zealand man had his name legally changed to Full Metal Havoc, more sexy and intelligent than Spock and all the superheroes combined with Frost Nova.
What the fuck?
Nice. That's his full name.
That is his full name.
see
I'll
his
read it
signature.
again to you.
I want to see his signature.
Yeah. I'll read it again to you. This man's new full name legally is Full Metal Havoc, more sexy and intelligent than Spock and all the superheroes combined with Frost Nova. It took 5 years, but the name was finally approved by the New Zealand government. All 99 characters of his new name is on his passport.
Nice.
First of all,
that is a
I
man
need to
that
see
lives
a
up to
picture
his
of this
best.
guy because Spock is a good-looking man. I don't give a fuck.
No, but it said smarter than Spock.
This is smarter.
He said smarter and good-looking. Here's
No, he said
another
smarter.
well-known fact. William Shatner was
sexy and
jealous of Leonard Nimoy because he started getting all kinds of love letters from all of these girls that were attracted to him during the original show. And that's why
Save it for your
Shatner
nerd
and
podcast.
Nimoy
Nobody cares.
had beef.
You're a fucking nerd. And nobody likes you.
Hey,
Number
it's
33.
here's another fact that Star Trek fans are well endowed, so go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna fact check you on that.
Number 30.
it's true
Number
for me.
33 on
Boom.
number 33 on this list.
Let's go
Dolly
for Chris as a
Parton.
coronary.
Yes.
Dolly Parton, yes.
Dolly Parton lost a look-alike contest.
That is true. She's telling the story.
That
I've
is
seen her
100%
videos.
true. She came in
Yeah, I
third
do.
place.
Oh yeah.
It was second.
But
I
to
thought
a
it was
tranny.
Yeah. Dolly
To a
Parton
tranny.
once entered a celebrity look-alike contest without revealing her true identity at a club in San Francisco, and she lost to a drag queen.
Yeah.
Number 32 on this list. Lobsters communicate with their bladders.
Yes, I knew that.
Lobsters have bladders on either side of their... That's a hell of a place for their bladder to be. I did not know that. But lobsters have bladders on either side of their heads so they can communicate by urinating at each other. If they want another lobster to know that they're happy, sad, angry, interested, or interested in a relationship, they say it with pee.
I got something to say to you guys.
Remind me for when I'm reincarnated not to be a lobster.
Right? Number 31, the brooding silence in the Twilight movies surprisingly add up. I don't know what the hell what that even means.
Really?
If you splice them all together, there is exactly 26 minutes of quiet.
For all 5 movies?
I guess so.
I believe it.
Yeah, so.
I will admit.
I just thought it was bad acting.
And that is so that is the first part of 4 parts of this top 10. Tomorrow. Wednesday we will.
I
Pick
mean,
up
if we
with
ever
number
did
30.
if we ever did a bad movie that was guilty pleasures, the Twilight series would definitely be on my list for that. Because I can't stand Twilight. I cannot stand it. I hated what they did to vampires. But I love those damn movies, and it sucks.
Have you seen
It
True
pisses
Blood?
me off.
Have you seen True Blood?
Yes, I see True Blood.
Oh, I love that
I
show.
like True Blood.
Love that show.
I love that. It
I
got
have-
very weird in the end, but I love that show.
I have.
Yeah, I hate Twilight. I hate
too.
Twilight.
Well,
But I
I
was
have to
Team
say I'm a
Jacob
Twilight
all the
heart.
way. And no, that's not because my middle name was Jacob. I was Team Jacob.
Really?
Fuck Edward Cullen.
Really?
Fuck Edward Cullen.
She
And
had
I had a
zero
huge
interest
crush.
in dude.
I had
Zero
a
interest.
huge
It wasn't
crush.
even remotely.
He
He was in the friend zone since day one.
I know. I felt so sorry for him.
Me too.
I may or may not have had like this
Considering
huge
you guys
crush on
already started
Alice.
the third drink.
Oh no, I do. I still do. I still do.
Yeah.
You guys can keep talking. I'm gonna go fried chicken real quick.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
still do that.
I
No,
would-
but True
I would-
Blood. True Blood is the best vampire stuff anywhere, and I will literally fight anybody that says different because Eric
I
Northman
disagree
is the fucking
because
man.
I'm sorry. I still like the original Dracula as the.
No. I'm talking about. Really? Are you talking like the 19? Was it 65 version?
No, I'm talking about the book.
Oh.
Dracula
No, we're not talking
by
about-
Bram Stoker.
Oh, that's true.
The real,
That's true.
the source
Yeah.
material.
Okay.
As far as
for
I'm
a second
concerned,
there, I
and
forgot
I know there's
that
been a
True
lot
Blood
of
was based on a book. I
The,
forgot for a hot minute. I forgot. I was like, oh shit, it was a book. It's a series of books actually.
I know there's a lot
You
of
can
scary
write, Alice
movies,
is
there's
sexy.
a lot of scary books out there that are really scary, but I'm gonna be honest with you, when you read Dracula, there's two scenes in it that scared the shit out of me when I first read it. Now granted I was like 13 when I read it, but when he sneaks into the castle and he finds Dracula in the basement and he's like in his little casket or whatever, and his eyes are open and just looking at him, but he's dead, because it's daytime or whatever. And then he hits him with the shovel. I'm not gonna lie, I put the book down for like 3 weeks. I couldn't even. I was scared.
You are
shitless. And
way
his, like,
above
blood
my
was
pay
coming
grade
out
with
his face.
reading because the only thing I read is the title of the porn I'm watching.
I was gonna say, what the fuck are you doing reading? Who the fuck reads books?
I'm sorry. I
Even
guess
at
I'm the
13.
only the smartest dumb guy in this thing. I've had a college grade
Apparently,
reading
'cause-
level since I was I was like 9. Like
What happened?
I read
So
books.
do we take another break or do we just end this dumpster fire and come back with an after show?
It's up
Yeah,
to
let's
you,
do an
brother.
after show. Let's do after show because it's.
Let's do an after show.
Yeah.
Jeff, you gonna come back for the after show?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Only 10 in the pack.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let's go ahead and wrap this up. We'll do an after show.
How much of a break before we start the
I'm
after
gonna
show? Because
we're gonna do Blacktop. We're gonna do Wicked Woman, and then I'll close everything down, and then I'll come back. And then I'll come back in. I'll invite you guys back, and we'll hang out and shoot the shit for a little bit. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, that's about your time frame.
I got some time to go.
I'll let
10
Tweedledee and
minutes.
Tweedledum. I'll let Tweedledee and Tweedledum behind me do the after show. I gotta go try to make a phone call.
Salvage.
He says you're gonna make a phone call.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's gonna be
You gotta make a phone call.
at this point.
Really?
Hey,
I have to go fix shit.
what?
But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate y'all in the chatters box. You guys are awesome.
always.
The parent, Mama Joe and Pop showed up tonight. That was awesome, unexpected. Tony came in with a special guest, hit us with his starting 5. That was cool. So maybe we'll make that a thing. Tony can be the wild card starting 5. Jeff said that he can never win, but he can definitely come in second
place.
He'll get an honorable mention if he does beat the winner. I have no problem with giving him an honorable mention if he beats the winner, but he'll always be second place.
There she goes fucking around.
I might be shit-faced, but I will tell you guys, I really enjoy listening to you. I think you're great.
Thank you.
So,
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate it.
So everybody appreciates you. That's awesome. I don't get many compliments. It took me like 27 years. It took me like 27 years to get compliments from that woman, just so you guys know.
No, you know what? At work, they let a couple people go, and I got an email from one of my coworkers. Unfortunately, she had to be let go, but she said it was a pleasure working with me.
Advertising on YouTube helps me reach engaged customers
So
like Jenna.
that's the second compliment I've gotten today.
Yeah. Nice.
Not
So,
getting many of
yeah,
those.
like I said, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We're going to end this the only way we know how, with the one and only Blacktop Mojo, Wicked Woman. So, if you guys aren't already, go check us out on all social media at Nonsensical Nonsense on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. For whatever reason, we have Twitch. You can also join us live every Wednesday. And, it really was. That was all it was at the end of the day. You can also join us live right here on Haps every Wednesday and Saturday night. You can hang out in the chatters box with us. You can shoot the shit, whatever. But you can also get every episode of the podcast simply by doing a little Google search and giving us a follow or a like on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere and everywhere.
I talked to somebody about the podcast. Oh, I talked to a few people about the podcast today, and one person, I saw them. They got like a podcast channel and whatever, and they were like, it's got all the podcasts and stuff. And I said, well, let's look us up, and there we were, right there on one that we don't even advertise.
Did I tell you one
There
of my
was.
clients? One of my clients that I actually called said that her son listens to us.
How old is the son?
He's in his early 20s. But
okay, all right.
I was on the phone with her, and she said I mentioned, I said, I have to go soon because I have a show to do. This is on Wednesday. And she said, oh, a show? I said, yeah, I do a podcast with a couple of my buddies. And she says, oh, yeah, what's it called? And I told her, and she's like, my son listens to you guys. I said, please don't. You don't listen, but he can listen.
It will change your mind.
You might kill his deal.
So yeah, you don't listen to us because you're not one of us. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna come back. The three of us are gonna come back with an after show. We're gonna hang out for a little bit longer. So, like I said, Blacktop Mojo. We're gonna end it the only way we know how. This is the official closure of the show. If you guys aren't already following, and if you don't know who Blacktop Mojo is, do yourself a favor and go Google them, guys. Go follow them. Go listen to their music everywhere you can stream it. And let them know.
Thank you, Betty.
That we sent you. You know, if you hear this and you go check them out because we told you to, let them know we sent you. You know, eventually we're working on getting them on the show. Hopefully we can get them guys on the show because I think it's going to be an amazing show.
They know the name of the podcast. I know for a fact.
Not to mention the fact that if we ever do get them on the podcast, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the music because you know we got that slow burn intro. But if we ever do get them on the podcast, once we schedule it, I'm going to tell Matt and Kat to make sure they have their guitars because I'm going to put them on the spot and I'm going to make them sing on this show acoustically.
I
won't make them, but I will
not to
request it.
fangirl like a little bitch.
Oh, Chris will fangirl the fuck out. I promise you.
Yes,
I will fangirl so much.
Little motherfucker.
She likes the mood, she likes the night, she likes the blood on her hands. She dances naked through the trees until her eyes go red. She whispers prayers into the wind and she communes with the dead. She throws the bones into the fire and in darkness she stands. Raise the blade above her. she starts to feast. There was a smile on her face as she watched my soul leave. Licked her lips, threw back her head as blood ran down her chin. She said,
Hey,
Sir, can I help you?
do you have any weapons of any kind?
Motherfuckers
Anything to
got guns and
defend
ammo
yourself?
behind him in this goddamn quickie.
Sir,
mart.
this is a Speedy Mart. We have hot
This is a
dogs 2 for
Speedy
$1.
Mart.
I just put them on the roller yesterday. They're pretty good.
No, man, like something sharp, something like I can stab, defend myself with.
I'm still really pissed.
I've got some sharp cheddar combos over there. It's kind of like a Ritz cracker pregnant with a cheese, baby.
Still really pissed at how Matt does cat.
Well, let me just
This is
take one
so
of these
dirty.
lighters, and I'm gonna
It's
borrow
not
your
cool.
bug spray, and
Finally got that
Why you
light.
gotta
borrow
do
your
my man
bathroom
like
key
that?
as well.
Why you gotta do my
Yeah,
man like
bathroom
that,
key.
Matt?
All right.
Why you gotta do cat like that, bro?
Bathroom key right there. Make sure you bring that back. And that'll be 13.
I'm gonna ask him if we ever get him on the
$14
show.
And I'm gonna have to have exact change, sir.
Well, we
We're
have
gonna
them on the show. We have to ask them about this fucking lighter bug spray.
Yeah, why is the $14
Yeah, exactly.
for a bic?
whatever, man.
For
okay.
a lighter.
Just that.
Whatever, man. I need you to
I'm
use
sorry.
exact change, sir. We're in a corn shortage.
Here she
And who
comes.
carries cash? Oh, there she is.
a motor in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever. And now, a spirit in the earth, give me another, make me a god like you.
Oh,
Oh shit, Chuck.
Oh, shit, Chuck.
A motor in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever. And now, a spirit in the air, give me another, make me a god. Make me a god like you.
Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, we'll see you fuckers Wednesday. Hit him with it, Jeffrey, one more time.
Deuces.
Michael, where's it at?
Peace.
Later, motherfuckers.